Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Saeed TV. We are back live for our Sunday MUFC Unfiltered podcast. As you can see at the top, man, we're here every Sunday, man. Win, lose, draw. We're here to give you the breakdown of Man United talk. And today we're here after a draw. Feels like a loss for me, I can't lie, in terms of the way we played, but we'll get into it. But we've got the point, and we're looking to get the point, to be fair, because that means then it's a point gained for me in that regards, because we didn't deserve to get that. But listen, people, big up to everyone who's locked in. We got man like Wasim in the building. You know, you see them on the debate show. Big up to him. We got Ash here. We got Double A here. And we've got Double A's wearing the Ruben Amorim shirt from back in 2010, man. So big up to him. And big up to Flawless, man. Sarcasm City TV. Make sure you're here, man. You know them ones there, man. And shout out to the chat, man. The chat's here. Shout out to you lot. And yeah, man, we're going to talk about it, man. We're going to talk about everything, man. Where do we begin, man? Because, like, do we begin on the first goal? Can we just, like, get that out of the way first?
Because you seem like you got a lot going on there, man. So this is therapy for you, because you've got a lot going on. And I see Double A's face when you said what you said at the start. So we'll get to you. I want to hear your thoughts. Like, what's going on, Saeed, man? Because it seems you're going through it and you shouldn't be.
Yeah, no, I just think for me, the first goal was amazing, man. The Amad Diallo goal. Sorry, not the Amad Diallo goal, but the Rashford goal. That was amazing, man. I think that was something that was sublime. I think a lot of it was down to Amad Diallo, his directness in terms of dribbling. I thought that was amazing. And then we got after the perfect start, man. You know what I mean? The first minute. And then I felt like for me, I think Ipswich kind of understood what we were doing. And then we found it difficult for large parts of the game, man. But the first goal, guys, Rashford, you know what I mean? We were off to flying, man. You know what I mean? Can't complain, can we, Ash, that first goal?
Listen, you know, we can't have anything nice, can we? Do you know what I mean? We scored that goal, and then we was excited, weren't we? Thought this is the start of the Ruben Amorim era. I'm thinking maybe 2, 3, 4, and yeah, then it just all comes crashing back down again, realising that we got the players that we got, and Eriksen's in the midfield, and Delo's playing horrendous, and yeah, it was frustrating to watch. It was a real frustrating watch. But one thing from Amorim is he knows and understands. You hear that from him in his press conferences. You hear that from him in his post-match interviews. He understands what's going wrong on the field, and he speaks about it well. You know, he explains himself very well, very clearly for us to understand. So that we didn't have that with Ten Hag. Ten Hag almost kind of like put things to the side and was talking about players' performances and how they performed, and you know the attitude they had on the field. Whereas Ruben Amorim, you could really see, like he listening to a few of his post-match comments, he was talking about how the players weren't they were overthinking things, you know, and they weren't making the right passes, and they weren't making the right movements, and just his overall understanding of the game is so much clearer, and it's one of those where today I said last week, we was here last week, and I was saying last week I weren't too excited about this game because I know it's going to be a long process. He's had two training sessions with the lads, and
with all of them,
with all of them. I mean, well, not even with all of them, is it? He's had two.
I think it's 2 with all of them because he started Monday, didn't he?
Yeah, so it's
coming back from international.
That's what I mean. And half of them will be resting. I mean, a guy's come from South America, or, same with a few of the others, and they just come off the back of a game, an international break, and teams never to perform well. Look at Liverpool against Southampton. Look at Chelsea, struggling against Leicester, and then look at City and the rest of them. I mean, when teams come back of an international break, generally players they're not really at it. They're not really there. So yeah, it's one of those where it's going to take time. I'm cautiously optimistic, but listening to what he's got to say, listen to how he reads the game and understands what's going on with the players. I'm excited. I just don't want to see Zirkzee again. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we'll get into it, man, because I don't
as well, Ash. This guy.
Yeah, I see them. We'll get into it.
When I see him get the ball, I was like, all right, he's probably ballooning this over because I seen the message pop up. And then I think he was like 20 seconds ahead.
Did you see that shot, flawless?
Yeah, the shot was woeful.
Did you see the technique?
Yeah, the shot was woeful.
Yeah.
The shot was woeful.
Listen, man.
If we start talking about the technique of our attacking players, we'll be here until next week. It was woeful. It was.
There's a lot we need to unpack, man, in terms of. I just want to stick on the goal, guys. Would you play that down to individual brilliance by Ahmad, or was that like a goal that was off the training ground?
That was a team goal because you see the intricate play between him and Bruno to set him away. No, that was to put a good ball in. Not stopping it, playing it back, actually getting in there and putting a. No, bro, that's a good team goal. That
brilliant,
100%. And rubbish finish or not, listen, it was this.
That's good, man. That's good movement. Good mover from Rashford.
Rashford, the finish was terrible though. He didn't hit it well at all.
He didn't need to.
No, I'm not. At least it looks like I'm slagging him off. I'm really not. I'm just saying. I mean, if you look at it, it wasn't a great finish, but it was a good way to finish off the move. Like Ash said, listen, it was the start we all wanted, probably better than we actually thought we was going to get. I'm just happy. Just listen. I'm probably going to be the only one here that sees more positives than negatives out of this result today, for very different reasons.
Would you double A?
Yeah. And some of them are probably not what you're expecting, but I imagine it's exactly what Florence is probably going to say as well. I think the issue is, right, because the anticipation over 2 weeks has built up so much, you are always going to be let down. All of you were going to be let down. I was joking all week saying 3-0. I never once thought it would be 3-0. Like
no. I picked 2-1.
Yeah, bro. But yeah, which could have been a fair result. Either way you look at it. But let's not kid ourselves. These players have been horrendous for 18 months, barring the 5 that will come in this summer. They've all been shit, right? So two training sessions with the manager. Do you know what I mean? You're expecting miracles. You're expecting, prime Barca to start rocking up to.
No. You know what it was? Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
No, it was, Emily. I think it's the frustration of these players, and this is where for me, this is a good thing, innit? Well, what Ash was talking about, the manager highlighted these issues, man. You know what I mean? Bro. He highlighted him before and he highlighted him after, man. That's the key thing we're getting from this. But my thing is these players, bro, and listen, I don't think anybody in Ten Hag, there's a lot of people online saying, oh, but Ten Hag was right. You bank. Broski, we were telling that these players
Ten Hag was right about what?
They were saying basically it's not all Ten Hag's fault, is it? Basically, you know what I mean?
These are his guys.
Not only that, his guys though, but we all said that these attackers are shit though. Yeah, we all admitted that.
But he co-signed all of these attackers. He signed or co-signed them all.
That's what
he don't get away with this. As much as these attackers are bad, these are his guys. This is his attack. What are we talking about?
Yep.
100%. No, they're all. They're all his players. You know what I'm saying?
All these guys.
You can't say nothing about any of that. Listen, I think from here on in, you don't even mention him anymore. He's dead. He don't. Why are you talking? We've moved on.
I think we'll do just because of a lot of the issues are rooted are his issues, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? Exactly. Amorim's having to do a lot of cleaning up.
I'm gonna mention just a dance on his grave. That's what it is. But I'll never forget what he did, man. He had us in hell. Never, ever, ever.
But when he
dance
came
on his
in,
grave from now to then.
When he came in, I didn't start talking about Ollie. Do you know what I mean? It's I've no need to because I've moved on. Do you know what I mean? I'm with the next. I've upgraded. Do you know what I'm saying? So
you're a better person than me. I'm very bitter. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I'm bitter when it comes to him.
I just don't see any point in holding on to, because that era finally, era's come to an end, and gratefully that one has. I think what we all have to do is relax ourselves. I've seen people are jumping off cliffs already. People are just over analyzing and go. It's going to be. I said it to you before, bro. I'm very on board with this being up and down. This
it could get worse before it gets better.
Of course it is, bro, and that's what you want. Yeah. You don't, because any if we get a manager bounce now, too many players are going to be given chances. And this is why I've seen so many more positives today, because they've already had a life taken off them. They're on strike one. A lot of these players are on strike one now with this manager. He has seen them for what they are.
I said they lost their life. I like the analogy. That's fine. That's at the top of the pile squad.
Yeah, bro. And there's no one-ups. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it's not that type of game. Like, he's seen them for what they are, what they're not. Most importantly, what they're not. And that is the best of the best, or the best of the type of player that we need to get us to where we want to be. And that's all it is. We know where the destination is. We just have to take the ride for what it is. Do you know what I mean? And it's gonna be up and down. It's gonna be disappointments. But today, you look at that lineup, and you think there's at least 4 or 5 in there that aren't in my best 11.
They don't belong in there. They don't belong in there.
Exactly, bro. So straight away, I can see what he's doing. He said it himself. Some of them are playing because I had longer with them this week. There's not.
That's it. That's all the reason. Yeah.
Exactly, bro. So listen, I mean, do we want to go and win at Portman Road against Ipswich? Absolutely. Do we expect to win there? For me, still, absolutely. But where we're coming from, and where we want to go are 2 separate places. So as long as I see, like again, he said, as long as I see something every time, today is not a bad result, because if anything, we've gained a point, because I think with the anticipation of this game being so high, people expecting us to walk in but we've seen what Ipswich are, but they just beat Tottenham, who dunked on us at our own ground. They played very well against Liverpool. These are not mugs, mate. They're a good, well-coached team with very good players. And I think we just had to take it. I'm not even going to say that. We just had to take this draw and get out of there and then move on. I think we've got a very good game coming in midweek that we should look to, again, at home crowd. I seen. I think it was James Alcott saying this week, this first game should have been at home, and I feel if United would have pressed harder, one of those 4 games that Rude had should have been a game that he had, because waiting those 2 weeks has kind of killed it a little bit. You want to hit the ground running, and having so long for the anticipation to build, and for the it's just been Amorim, 3-4-3, 3-4. It's all you've heard. What you want is action from day one that he comes in. Having all this time, I just made it an anticlimax, and I expected that a little bit. So I was looking forward to the game and seeing what we saw from the manager. But in terms of the result, listen, it's not the worst.
Yeah, no, 100%. Big up the super chat here. 1 goal and these players said job's done. Big up Anya Keba. He says 10-0 does not tell us shit about our team. Ollie got 9-0 Wolf freestyle football. Should we give him time? This is an audition phase for the players. Amorim was visibly vexed and will strike. Big up to you. Jack McGuinness says, remember when Double A Ashen said that once Eric Ten Hag is gone, we'll be miles better with these players. Bruno Garner, Rashford, disaster class, big.
It's one game.
Bro,
yeah, exactly. What we're talking about.
You just wasted a £5 to chat absolute bullshit, mate. What you must have? You clearly have more money than sense. How are you talking about? Remember when we said that?
About waste?
He's had two training sessions.
No, we need more time. We need more sample size. 100%. Ronnie Johnson, Amorim's comments on Bruno long ball spot on.
What did he say?
He said something about he's so eager to get the ball from deep, and he wants to create like situations, and we have to manage that basically in that aspect.
Yeah, we don't want to. What you're saying, Flawless, was we don't want to drop him deep because when he dropped deep, he wants to play the ball too often.
Too long, too often, and
smart.
That,
control.
Yeah, that's because he'd like him to play. He'd like him to play in that middle role, but he says he just can't resist himself. He wants to play those balls over the time.
My gaffer, man figured that out ASAP, man.
We won in that.
He figured that out ASAP. And I actually thought Bruno was decent today.
Yeah, I think today, to be fair, I don't think because there was, especially in the second half when he played alongside Ugarte, there was that temptation. You even see it where he's looking.
See it, yeah.
But then he'll go back to the wing back, or instead of playing that direct ball to Garnacho, I think his pass accuracy was like 92% today, and he only lost it 10 times compared to when it's like 70% and he loses at 19 times. So I think sometimes it's easy to criticize him when he.
I don't mind him today. I don't
when he's criticizing him. But today, I thought he actually took the instruction on well. So
yeah. The only problem is though, you then don't get an effective Bruno Fernandes, who then, you know what I mean, in that system there, which you'll get used to it. Don't get me wrong. But like for me today, I'm not like my criticism today is not on Bruno Fernandes today. Like I'm not really.
So that means it worked then, Saeed. The fact that your criticism is not on Bruno Fernandes.
No, not today.
He did well. Like he put him in a control. Last thing you do with Bruno Fernandes is give him a free roll.
Yeah,
you give him clear, precise instructions to follow, and you see today. I have no criticism of him today. I thought he was one of our better players. Bear in mind, the rest of the attack wasn't good, but he was one of the better attacking players.
I thought Amorim mentioned after the game regarding he saw the players thinking too much. The reason they're thinking too much because is they're adjusting to a new system. This system basically is like a domino effect. It's like if the right wing back, if the right centre back has possession, this is where I need you to be Casemiro. This is where I need you to be Ahmad. When Ahmad's in possession, I need you, Fernandes, to be here and so forth. But because they're getting used to the system, they're thinking, "Oh, I need to be there. He told me to be there." But once the training sessions start like unfolding, and you're playing more games regularly, and you've had more team meetings and so forth, and you've looked back at games, it's going to be more like clockwork. So then that's when you can see more rhythm. Right now, everyone expected teething problems.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, I'm looking at the game, right? Where would you say we lost control? Was it did we have the first 10 minutes or did we have the first goal? Let's be honest, guys, in terms of the actual game where it kind of drifted away from us in terms of first half.
It was like the first 10 minutes we had, and then we kind of it seemed we just ran out of steam. But that's been an issue within our side for the longest. I've mentioned this on here many a times, our lack of athleticism. And you've seen it today.
Bro.
And then you couple in our lack of athleticism and lack of physicality, something he mentioned before he even took a game. He mentioned this already. So Amorim's fully aware. Then you add in us not keeping the ball too well at points, even though it was equal possession. They looked the more threatening. So they didn't dominate, but they were the better side in the first half. But I don't think it was complete domination. We just didn't keep the ball well and kind of ran out of steam in the first half. So I'd say the rest of the game was for them. Like they were worthy of the equalizer. They were
worthy of the win, I think, for me personally. But worthy of definitely the equalizer.
Man of the match.
Onana was man of the match. But hey, there's a reason they've won one game all season.
Yeah, that's also a point as well. There's a reason why because I think they look good in certain games like Villa and
they always play well. Ipswich, not Ipswich against Liverpool. They've played well. They played the game against Brentford. Ipswich Town play very good football and are very entertaining to watch. It's just at times that lack of quality in the final third. So Onana was there. I was talking about Onana being man of the match with you.
He deserves his credit, man. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Onana,
absolutely, he played very well today.
I've had a lot of slander for Onana, man, and rightly so, man, for that Champions League, and that way it probably stems from, man, like because of the Champions League, bro. All I can remember is just Onana. But after that, bro, let's be honest, man, he's come of age in the past year and that, you know what I mean, in terms of his actual goalkeeping ability now. He's becoming reliable now, which is something that is a good thing, but it's also a bad thing because that means then we're not playing well and we're relying on a keeper to save us, basically. But his job for me, like he made 3 or 4 crucial saves. We're not talking about gimmicks, right? We're talking about 3 or 4 crucial saves today, and that was something that I can't lie to you.
He saved 3 shots from inside the box. That means generally, obviously, defenders in the way and so forth. But generally, if someone's striking a ball inside the box, the probability of them scoring is generally quite high, so close to the goal. But he made big saves.
He's top performance.
he's just settled, mate. And I think, you know, a lot of criticism from last year, I think, was warranted, especially in the Champions League, considering the year before he'd been the best keeper in the Champions League. You thought that was his bread and butter for Inter. Do you know what I mean? So, but I think we did all say on here, it does take a while for keepers sometimes to settle. You know, you look at De Gea, that first season for him, everyone thought we'd wasted 18 million or whatever it was we spent on him. It was always a good goalkeeper there. It's just whether or not he could get to it again and show us exactly. And I think in the Premier League last season, he wasn't that bad. I think he just sometimes he looked awkward diving. He didn't look like a great shot stopper. And
that was it though, Double A. He was awkward, weren't he? He's relaxed now. He's settled in, hasn't he?
He's settled, man. I like that from him.
He's found his place in the team, and listen, it's and a slim pickings. Been one of our best players this season, and I think that confidence from him will eventually get throughout the rest of the team, especially the three in front of him, and hopefully, if we get a settled back three, I'm assuming we all want Euro, Dillet, and Martinez. I think that's a solid base for the team to then go on with. But it's just good that we've got a goalkeeper that's showing everything other than what the passing and all that is actually showing that he's a good goalkeeper.
Yeah,
he would have saved that shot against. He would have saved that shot against Mari Hutchinson as well if it weren't for that deflection.
I know, bro. That goal was like, let's be honest, man. That was going over the bar. That was
it's one of them. It's just unfortunate.
That was unfortunate, man. But they deserved it. They were knocking at the door anyway. They were knocking.
Yeah, they was. That's why I don't criticize them for it. But Onana has been consistent. I've been heavily critical of him, and rightfully so. But as of late, he has been consistent. I just hope it carries on.
Yeah.
I just hope. I just hope
worries right now.
I just hope. I hope it carries on because there's still. You know what? I'm still not 100% convinced that there's not a mistake.
I get it. I know, not bro. I know that, but because of what he's
now,
done.
As of late,
as of late,
to him.
Yeah,
props to him. Yeah,
100%. Shout out to Anya Keba again. Says, "What one elder sees standing on the ground, a child will fail to see from the treetops." Ruben Amorim, RR, a seasoned veteran, said we need open heart surgery. Or Ralph Ragnick, yeah. Ineos need to gut this squad out and get this man ballers. And big up Venezuela, man. Shout out to Venezuela, man. Rah. Man like Johnsy, man. Yo, that's the first time I've heard from Venezuela. So big up to you. Let's look at the lineup here. From when we all looked at the lineup here, guys. Like, be honest with you, what did you all lot think about this lineup? Like, before we talk about like the ins and outs and who played shit today, what was everyone's kind of like, first impression? Start with you, Wasim. What did you think first of all?
So initially, I thought back three generally fine, but possibly position of Evans is going to expose because you're going to have to push out to left back. Amad Diallo, I was a bit disappointed seeing him at right wing back, even though he had an excellent game. I wanted to see him where Bruno's playing. I knew the centre mids, they're going to lack him ability. And I was thinking Garnacho, Bruno, and Rashford, there's literally no ball retention in that front three. And that's going to play out during the game.
Yeah. For me personally, I thought to myself, Rashford, probably the best position that you could probably have because he's not going to really play well in them other two positions. Amad Diallo, I was just happy for him to be playing, if I'm being honest with you, because you know what's going on there. Eriksen, the only reason why I said, you know what, he's playing is because Ogate's come back late. So at the end of the day, it's going to have to happen. The only concern that I maybe have was like Garnacho, man. He's not a left 10. And lo and behold, it was justified in that. He got found out, man. But yeah, you man, were you Ash and Floss, were you man saying about the lineup as
you know what I saw? You know what I saw first? I saw that little triangle of Dalot, Eriksen, and Evans, and I thought that's going to cause us problems. That you know what I mean? Because Eriksen's not got the speed, the pace. Do you know what I mean anymore? Evans, out wide as a left centre back. I just didn't feel like he'd have a good game there. Dalot for me doesn't play as well on the left recently as he does on the right. You know, we've seen him better on the right in recent times, and I think that played out a lot during the game. A lot of their play was down that right hand side. And I was a little bit worried. I looked at the team and I understood. You've got to realise that it was coming off the back of international break, like what you said with a guy coming in late and stuff. So you understand, and it's one of those where, and I said it again. I said it last week. I'm not looking for results at the moment. I'm just looking for performance and play and shape and how the team's progressing. Do you know what I mean? So as much as the team is what it is right now, this is far from what our final team is going to look like, innit? Like, this isn't going to be our final team. So it was one of those where it was just a throwaway. It's Ipswich. You know, we're not going to be challenging for the Premier League. We're not going to be challenging for top 4, really. We might do eventually, but over the next month or two, really, it's just kind of getting players understanding this team and understanding the formation and what they've got to do with each other. So it was one of those where we'll just see what happens. And I was all right with it, but I wasn't expecting much more.
So yeah, go on.
Is that me?
Just in general.
What you said, sorry, bro.
Nah, I said go on double A because he asked us about the lineup.
Sorry, bro. I didn't hear you, bro. Sorry.
It's good.
Yeah, straight away that midfield 2 really worried the hell out of me, mate. I think, they would have been so keen at facing those two. I mean, 22, 23, those two were great until Eriksen got injured. Last year when those two were put together, it was nothing but a nightmare. I didn't see that changing in this game. We know Casemiro's look better this season with Agate. You can talk about him coming back late, but I'd rather start him and give him 60 minutes than him come on later in the game, especially if we're struggling in the midfield area, which we were. I agree with you, Ash, on that triangle of Evans, Eriksen, and Delo. I think Delo had one of his worst games in the United shirt today. I thought he was absolutely horrendous. And people, listen, it's not an agenda thing. I thought
he was off.
The consistent Hollywood balls to no one in midfield, giving the ball away. I'm sure one of them led to their goal, to the build up to their goal. He just looked. He just, for a player that's playing bad anyway all season, whether that's overplayed or he's just having a bad spate of form, whatever it is, he was bad today, and he just looked out of place, out of position. Passing was terrible. His decision making wasn't great either. And as soon as he got moved to the right and Mazraoui to the left, he looked not back to himself, but he looked a lot better. So listen, he said he's played some players that he had the most time with, and again, it's putting players out there to see what you can get from him. But Mazraoui, I was happy with. I thought of him and Delo, I think he's the one that can play in that centre back role. Rashford, I'm always going to bring it back as a reference point because it's one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. Rashford is 9 in the FA Cup final when we got beat to City. He's one of the worst performances I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even bullshitting on that. I don't want to see him play there, and I think for me, did he
get better with anyone else though? That's a problem,
bro. But for me, he's top 2. It's the biggest challenge for where Amorim fits him in this team, mate. I don't know where he goes. I don't think he could play 10 that well. You're not going to put him. You're not going to put him wide. Bro.
That's the bench. Who's the bench then?
You taking my point? I was letting double A, but we was going to get to that. But double A saying in regards to there's no space. Hey, that's a lot of these players. You look at a lot of these players and you go, hey, where do you fit?
Exactly.
Let's start next to the manager, mate.
But I worry that because he said he can play in the 9 or the 10. I think he has to. Yeah, we have to try him at 10 to see what's next for him. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of experimenting, and we have to get on board with that. Listen, you all know I'm no fan of him, right? But I think I really do think Mason Mount's going to end up being an important player for him. I just think in that left 10. Does he have something there? Obviously, it depends on him being fit and staying fit, most importantly. But I just...
that left 10 role, let me tell you something about left 10 role. So that left 10 role, you still need creativity, guys. You
don't think it's Bruno's position?
Well, Bruno.
Bro, I just... Bro, we know what Bruno gives us. And he did... Even in the second half when he went there, he didn't look great. He went there first and then he dropped back to the pivot.
Yeah.
He may play. Bruno may play in the pivot a lot more.
He has to be in the pivot.
Than we probably think.
Pivot.
He's a better player.
I just think he's going to play in there, bro. He did it today, and I think
that was when the game was that though, because he was chasing the game. No, people complaining about his subs. His subs were offensive. They were proactive. He made
they were very good for subs.
4 substitutions before the 70th minute, and they were all.
The only thing I would have done though, Flawless, was I would have put Anthony right wing back and played right wing back, right wing left 10, I would have put Amad Diallo there, man. That was the only thing I would have done.
I hear that, but whether it's the players in the 11, whether it's the players on the bench, these men are rubbish. Our attackers stink, man. They're rubbish. Like there's no formula, man. Sorry to break it to people from an individual perspective. There's nobody there I look at and go, oh, definitely him. Like if he plays that, like Diallo obviously is a standout. We know that, but that's a lot of pressure on him. Maino's not anywhere near fit. But hear what you saying there, Antony at right wing back. I hear you. The fact that that's an option, and I'm going, I hear you. Is
to free up Amad, man.
The thing is, though, you say that, bro. Well, that's how we got the fucking goal. So come on, no. Hold on. Right, I'm not disagreeing. Amad in the right 10. I think, and I'm sure we all agree, is and has to be his position in that team, because it's quite alarming to me how head and shoulders above everyone else in his team he is.
Clear, man.
No one can touch him. But what I'm saying is the experiment for me didn't fail, right? Because it worked well. It just, because we were lacking in those 10 positions, it's glaringly obvious that he should be there. But him actually playing there is an option for us if we have better players in the 10s. I'm not saying it's, but because Amorim does like to play his players in 3 different positions. He likes to be able to move them around and have them cover different positions. So the fact that Amad can do that for us is a weapon that I think it's decent having. The only thing I worried about Amad a little bit, and he got caught out a couple of times defensively. But again, that could be, obviously, it's brand new to him. And eventually, a couple of months' time, he could be a lot stronger doing that.
Yeah. No, I think for me, what I'm trying to say is that I just think Amad playing there is a waste of a position, guys. I'm sorry, man. Whether it's one game or not, bro, I swear down, bro, when you have them guys up front, they should not nowhere near be taking the opportunity before Amad Diallo. Like, imagine there's a golden ticket, they're taking that golden ticket off Diallo first. No way, man.
I hear you in regards to he should be, like, I think we're all in agreement. Diallo should be in the 10. Without doubt, that is. But the reason why I'm not super critical of him not playing there today, one, it is the manager's first game, and two, we was short because of the centre back. Like Mazraoui had to play right side.
I agree.
Who is playing right wing back, which we've seen already just from today how key them wing back areas are. So we saying who's the other option there? We're saying what? Well, Delo's one. So who's either playing left or right? We saying Antony, Mount.
That's how I would have done. Second half.
So here the players I mentioned who are going to be key to what we are doing. Antony and Mason Mount. So I get why he played Diallo there. It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. Go on, Double A.
But can I just say as well? Let's not forget that because we were so slow, because the pressing wasn't how he wanted it, and there wasn't running. It was almost a back 5. So he was having to play so far back when really he wants those 2 wing positions. You call them wing backs or you can call them mids, right mid, left mid. He wants them bombing forward. We barely saw that. So I think in a world where this system starts to click and starts to actually perform, that right wing position is just going to be bombing forward and getting a lot further up the pitch and creating a lot more. And that's where I think Amad, if he is asked to play there, will actually start to cook. But I agree with you, what you're saying. Him in one of them 10 positions has to be the future for him in this team, because, like I said, he's the most creative, he's the most technical. He is our best player. He is our best player by a mile.
And I hear that, and that's what it is with the lineup. There was no 11 I was gonna like, because there's not 11 of these players I rate. It was never like that's just what it is. Like you
don't like 11 out of 25. You don't like 11 players.
There's no 11 you could have put out, and I'm like, that's an 11 I'm going with whatsoever. I don't rate these players like that. Take out Antony. Take out who like obviously the defenders. Yeah, you got Delit, you got Mazraoui. Onana, okay, he's been consistent. If we let's actually go through it. Delit's been good, yes. How so was Mazraoui? Johnny Evans, we know Johnny Evans on his last.
He used to go, man.
Yeah, I'm saying. Man. Ericsson ain't it. We know this. Casemiro, cool. Diallo's quality. Delo not good enough. Our front 3 terrible.
Yeah.
You disagree with anything I said?
Yeah. No. But I'm saying out of all the players in the squad,
out of all of them,
not an 11.
So who are we putting into that side that's drastically going to change it? Like you could argue a fully fit Maino, yes.
Maino, 100%.
Maino. So we're saying Diallo and Maino.
But then do you put Maino in that? No, but that's a good question. Do you put Maino in that too there? Because he's saying we're lacking physicality, broski. Like,
but that's not Maino's game like that.
That's what I'm saying to you, though. Do you know what I mean?
Because this is the point I'm talking about in regards to whoever we play. I think it's slightly better. Like, of course, if everyone's fully fit, to me, I'm playing Maino and Diallo as the 10s personally. That's just me. But he's probably not going to do that because Bruno's going to play. Wing backs, Mazraoui and Delo, cool, but I prefer I see Mazraoui. I thought about Mazraoui playing as a right-sided centre-back. I like him in that role.
Good.
Even though I like him in that role, I trust him.
Sorry, Floss. I think we've got to convert Bruno. Bruno in there. We see how much he works, the amount he moves during a game, the amount of fitness he's got, his ability to just put himself about. I feel like you got to put him there. You put him there next to Agati, and that allows Manu to go into one of them 10 spots. Bruno there, he can pick up the ball from deep. He's able to pass. I feel like with a little bit of coaching, with a little bit of guidance, I think we've got a player there. Do you know what I mean? Because we can't go with Eriksen there. I mean, we can't, like you say, Mainu's not got the physicality or the legs for it, in my opinion. Whereas Bruno's a 90-minute man. He's non-stop, and he's non-stop harassing players, moving. You can't put Mason Mount there. That's not going to work. So right now, the only situation we got, and we saw it in the second half, it was decent, Bruno, in that spot there. What we struggled with, I think the reason why I was putting Ahmad much deeper was picking the ball up from the defence, because Delo's not going to progress the ball very well. You know, Ahmad, whenever he got on the ball, you could see there was a little bit of interlink there between Bruno coming back in a little bit.
From the right-hand side. Yeah.
Yeah,
better moments, even the better build-up was from that side, where it's slim pickings. I get what you're saying, though, with that. And that's where it stands. That's why with the lineup, there was certain things I would have preferred him to do. Maybe play Agati, maybe start him. Maino, we don't know how far away he is, but the fact that he didn't get on the pitch leads me to believe that it was last resort. It would have took like 3-4 injuries for Maino to get on the pitch. The fact that he got no minutes whatsoever. He didn't even get microwave minutes at the end. So it goes to show how far away he is. And it just, again, I liked what I seen. Like, that's why I didn't really have issue with the lineup. I'm just happy that he played a back three. Okay, are you going to implement your style? And I seen that.
Yeah.
I seen what we was trying to do on and off the ball. Even if it didn't always work, there was a clear plan. I could see how he was pressing. Johnny Evans was in there half pressing. Even though he got spun a couple times and it's not his job, and you seen Luke Shaw get on, and it got better because Luke Shaw's better at that. But
Luke Shaw better.
It's a clear plan though. Our centre backs are doing something consistently. Our team is doing something consistently, even if it goes wrong. The basics. People say Ipswich. We went there, and it sounds crazy to say this. We competed, even if we were second best. How many games have we not competed? I was saying this on my watch along. Everyone we faced. Nobody, I don't think anybody's been great who's beat us. All the teams we've drew or lost to this season, I don't think who's beat us or we've drew the game have played fantastic.
Maybe Tottenham.
You think Tottenham played? I don't think Tottenham played fantastic. Look at Tottenham's performance against us and look at against C.
I think they did. I think they played their football. I can't lie. But then again,
they played well. But I didn't say they played. Yeah, I didn't say that they didn't play, but they weren't at their best.
They didn't need to be. That's the thing.
Look, that's the point I'm making. Look at them against City and look at them against us.
I think
night and day performance.
I think one of the problems we had out of possession was when we basically defended in like a 5-2-3 and I was thinking, what time is Amorim going to put the two narrow number 10s as the left mid and right mid to make it 5-4-1, or is he going to drop Fernandes into it to make it 5-3-2 and just put Garnacho alongside Rashford? I think the role of Casemiro playing left centre mid and Eriksen playing right centre mid, especially first half. The role Casemiro had to do, he had to cover too much ground, left, right.
Oh, right. Massively, yeah.
And then already he lacks in mobility, and then you already know there's a lot of demands in that position. So he had to either make a structural change or a personnel change where he put Ugarte on second half. But I think with the Kobe Manu point, I think he'll have similar issues in that centre mid position if we don't defend if we don't change the structural issue, because we know even though he's actually good in duels, Kobe Manu is actually very good in duels, at winning duels against one-on-one against players. But what he lacks is that dynamism over like 10-15 yards, like that sprint. He's not the most dynamic. But I think if we do play Kobe Manu in the front three, as in like a left 10, which Ash mentioned, I think we have to have either Højlund or Rashford as a striker, because we need someone to run behind. We can't have Manu and then Zirkzee, for example, and then another player, maybe Ahmad, that no one's going to run beyond their defense.
Outlet.
Yeah, but then you get headless runs, man. You know what I mean?
And then that's the problem, that whether it's an outlet or not, they're just not good. That's the biggest conundrum that Amorim's got from today, from what I've seen. With all the attackers we have, he has to figure this out. I don't know what he's going to do. He's got to put together some form of combination, some form of attacking patterns and attacking system to get the best out of these for the time being. He might have to go in January, because I can't see a front three that works. If one of you might have got a combination you look at right now and go, 2 10s in the striker you believe in, let me know, because I don't. I do like Maino as a 10. Yes, I like Diallo as a 10. Also, yes. But even with those two behind the striker, you're then asking one of those two to up their goal tally, because you need 2 of your front three have to be more prolific. And we don't have a 9 who is. So who is it? Again, I'd love to hear it. Same to the chat. I don't think we have a front three. And it's one of them where it's like, we have to be sat here over the next few weeks, next few months. I'm like,
it's going to be tough, man.
Such and such is having a purple
January,
patch.
guys. We might have to go get in Kunku, man.
No, he might have to. Or it's a purple patch thing. It might be a purple patch thing.
No, we need to go get in January some signings, man. Let me just get this super chat here, bro. Sorry, let me get this comment here from Ruben Amorim. Guys, it's 1.7k in the building here, and there's only 498 likes, man. Like, you lot are just taking a piss, man. What's going on, guys? Like, you lot are moving like United. There's no difference between United and you lot in terms of the ratio, because we're seeing that there's only 500 likes. So there's 1.2k of views in here that are not like the video. Please, thumbs up button. Get to 1,000 likes before the end of the video. We're halfway there.
Hey,
this comment here...
Because I say quick, you're not pressing just like United. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No pressing at all.
Exactly.
Press the like button.
Press the like button, people. Come on, man. We can do it. 1,000 likes. This comment here is probably the best comment here. And Nuruddin was going mad in the house here, because he was like, "Oh, but you can coach decision making and being, just making right decisions, basically, innit?" And he come out here today, Amrin, and said basically, decision making is a concern. You don't need to coach them in this level. We are doing some things not in the right moment, and that's what we have to address. The 3-4-3 is not a concern. The understanding of the game is what we have to improve. This was a bang-on comment, man. And I'll start with you, Wasim, yeah? Like, bro, there was a ball here that Agati had to play to Bruno that should have been on the floor. He played it and he bopped it over. And I was like, bro, play it on the floor. There was a ball where I thought, for me, Garnacho could have played it in to Zirkzee and kind of, dropped it into the pocket there. He played it across. Okay, Hoyle wasn't there. Is what it is. And then you have so many decisions. Garnacho across to Rashford. He's got to play that ball with his left foot first time. He doesn't. He plays it with his right foot. He allows the defender to get back, because the ball moves backwards. Whereas if you get the ball with your left foot, the ball will actually go across and actually land to Rashford in a better position. But yeah, what do you make to this comment, Wasim, man?
Basically, what Ruben Amorim needs to do, he needs to find out what's the best balance he can get in this team. If he gets the balance right to a degree, then it goes back to Flawless's point, is how much can he improve on the quality of the players? First, if we say, for example, we played a 3-4-3 and we're playing well, but we're like, only if the profile is right, but the quality is a bit low. So the profile of a running behind like Rashford is right, but the quality is a bit low. So that's what he needs to figure out, because a lot of it is just, obviously, they are adapting to a new system, so it is difficult, especially against Ipswich. They defended in like a 4-3-3, and it was a narrow 4-3-3, so they made us basically go wide every single time. Every time we went wide to the lower Ahmad, they basically pressed us. That was their trigger. So they were like on it in terms of how they set up, so they nullified us and kept us basically boxed in. But I think it's a personal issue, and then it's a balance and like chemistry issue, and then it's about the utility of players. Can a player play more than one role, and how adequate are they in that role? So like majority of the time, you don't want Ahmad right wing back. You want him as the right number 10. But if you're playing Barnsley at home and you want to give another attacker a game, then you could possibly play Ahmad right wing back. And then in certain games, like Euro's out, Mazraoui's an excellent player to put right centre back. You could even play Mazraoui left centre back. Like he's that good of a player. You've got to remember the outside centre backs are basically full backs anyway, especially in possession, and a lot of times they have to defend in those positions anyway. So Mazraoui's defended at left back numerous times, and so was Mazraoui at right back. So they're comfortable in that position. Mazraoui's understanding, IQ. If we had players of his competence, his level, his IQ across the field, we're dreaming.
Oh man, seriously, bro, it's mad, bro. And like I said to you, man, personnel in it, like personnel is so key in the system, guys. Because for me, and I hate to just talk about it, but Garnacho is not a starter, guys, man. I'm seeing accounts online, big Twitter accounts, putting him in starting lineups, bro. Are you like, why are you setting him up to fail? Like you're setting up this kid to fail, man. He's not ready. He's not got the IQ and the intelligence to play, let alone 90 minutes.
Some people don't want to be wrong on it, Saeed, because people have invested stocks. They just don't want to admit that he's wrong. And bear in mind, if he was playing with actual wingers, when he's a left winger, right winger, which is his actual position, he's not good enough. But you take that away, and he's playing as a 10, where there's more bodies around you, and you have to be even technically better.
Yes.
And be able to receive the ball on the half turn. Where if you're playing the ball out, if you're playing on the wing and you receive the ball one-on-one with the fullback, it's easy to control. Whereas central, it might be a centre back, it may be one midfielder, it may be two midfielders. Those things are different. You know what I'm saying? And it moves very, very fast as well in central areas, like in regards to the pace of the game. It's just not it, and people just don't want to admit. But people have been we've seen it with the last guy, like with Ten Hag. Still people who believe that out there that believe he should have got more time. People don't want to just admit that they're wrong, whether it's on the manager or the player. And he's not it in particular in the system. Double A said it about Rashford earlier on in the show, about you don't see a place where he fits. And that's the vast majority of these players, if we're being honest. They're not good enough. But the manager has to manage with what he has now for the time being and make it work. Get a purple patch. Chris Wood has scored 8 goals in 11 games, I think, for Forest. We need that. Brennan Johnson scored 7 goals in 7 games for Spurs.
He is our top scorer, Garnacho, which is mad.
Amorim has to do that with a couple of these players. We just got to get a couple purple patches because of the system. How he's going to do that, though, I have no idea. No idea.
Definitely takes longer than 2 training sessions for us anyway. I mean, I think
that is true.
I don't think Garnacho's probably ever played that position in his life. So I think, jumping off the cliff, like shit, get him out of the team, fuck it.
No, I don't know, but not you. He's not ready to start though. With or without system, Garnacho should not be starting games. He's an impact player.
I agree with that, but the manager's obviously seen something in him to warrant giving him a start, and you have to give the manager his due and let him do his job and seeing. Right, we can scream from the hills. We know we've seen Garnacho for 2-3 seasons. He's not a starter, and this season I agree. I think he's looked a lot better coming off the bench, having that impact, scoring and creating.
We just have to be real with ourselves, man. Do you know what I mean? Like I said,
but again, I've been saying this for a season and a half almost. He's a young player for me. And the problem is, like I keep saying it, the problem is people see other young players that do things that are potentially generational talents, and they expect all young players to be the exact same. Sadly, life doesn't work like that, and some players develop slower than others. But I think again, it's patience and time, and that's something that Manchester United fans won't give to any player, never mind young players. So for me, I'm happy to see what the manager can get out of him. I think it's far too early to be telling him that he's saying that he's shit and he don't deserve to play for United and this and this. But
but the thing is that we have to go with what we know in it, and what we know from these players is that
but it's what you know. No. But it's what you know under the previous manager, mate. You don't know anything.
You just said it clearly there. You can't teach decision making. And that's what Garnacho lacks all the time.
He's still developing as a player.
The thing is, developing is all well and good, yeah, Double A, but knowing when to pass, he does this all the time where, bro, he's too greedy, man. That's what it is. Like when he had the ball, yeah, he could have passed it into...
That can't be coached at 20 years old when to pass the ball. You're telling me that can't be coached?
Nah, but sometimes I feel like he's arrogant. He thinks like, I'm better than what I am.
Again, that's different. That's not quality. That's a personal thing. That's an ego thing. And he needs to be humbled by the manager then, if that's the case. But I think he does have talent. He's talented enough to be good to play in this team. It remains to be seen whether he's going to be a starter for Manchester United. And I'm agreeing with you right now. But what I'm saying is, I'm not going to start throwing him under the bus when he's our top goal scorer this season and has been doing decent. So I just think. Let the
I don't think it's throwing him under the bus, though. I don't think it's throwing him under the bus.
No, I'm not saying necessarily you are. I'm just saying this is what I'm seeing online already, bro.
Oh, you know it's going to be OTT.
Discourse. After this game, the discourse after this game, you'd think every single player we have is that absolutely should be playing in the National League because I
ain't gonna lie, they're not too far off some of them.
at least championship, but.
I've had it up to here with some of these lot, but I get it.
I'm the same here, but I think what my point is, like, someone had a comment before saying the 3-4-3 is killing this team, and I think the team's killing the 3-4-3.
No. Team's killing the 3-4-3.
Wait, someone said the 3-4-3 is killing the team after one game.
Yeah.
One match.
What I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, and it's just all overreaction, and it happens. I get it, but me here, I'm relaxed about it all, and I'm excited to see the journey that we take with this manager. But what I'm not going to do is start throwing every single, especially a player that's done decent enough in this team, a team that's been shit. So I'm happy to give there's certain players. I'm happy for the managers to give a little bit of time and credence to.
But that's what that's the problem, by the way. Yeah, this is where the manager's got to be careful. Yeah, the biggest job that this manager's got to do in the first couple of months here is understand and realize who isn't and who isn't good enough. I think that's the biggest thing he's got to realize. Because for me, it's all well and good, saying have patience with the players and give them opportunity. Of course. But that time there, you have got to be ready because you know what's going to happen? Everyone's going to start blaming you when it's really and truly, we know it's the players that are just not able to be good enough. They want to flow a strut. They want to be, just careless with their passing. His biggest job, Amorim, I'd say the next month, is to weed out who is good and who isn't good enough. Who is capable, who isn't capable. You've got to do that quickly because if you don't, you allow players to develop an ego to be like, you know what, man's
Saeed, I think he knows that by the way he was talking before.
After one game.
I agree.
Before he took a match, he was already talking about the lack of physicality in the team. He was already talking about wanting to develop the youth players and use the youth academy.
Yeah, I agree.
In the interview, the sit down with Gary Neville, he mentioned about profiles. He said so he's fully aware. This is after, I think, 1 or 2 training sessions. So this game will be even more of an eye-opener. So that's what it is. I hear players developing, but it's, again, what is your ability now? We are not a place like you can be developing, yes, but you still have to be at a certain level. Like Manchester United don't have the time to be waiting around for players to maybe be something. And Garnacho, should he be starting? No. Is he in the worst possible predicament? Of course, we know this. Shouldn't be starting week in, week out. He shouldn't be. And now that's on the manager to take him out. And that's not because of Amorim. That's before Amorim. But he's not a 10. Well, I agree with this. Like I'm fully with the Amorim. I'm fully back in it, even though he's going to make decisions that I don't agree with. That game. I said it. I think we got a manager now. I can clearly see what you are trying to do. It's just that the ability sometimes on the players lets us down. And you were proactive even with mistakes, even when the game was going against us. And we wrestled it. But I think we had 70% possession in that second half. I can't remember the last time we had that. Even though we didn't do too much with it, we still kept the ball well enough. But hey,
one thing
away from home.
Away from home as well. Yes.
One thing I have confidence in is this manager finding out and weeding out the bullshit. And to like say before one match, he's already calling out what the problem is with his team. He's looking deep into the analytics and the stats and everything, the data and all that. He's mentioning data all the time, which shows you. Yeah, he's deep into finding out where this team is going wrong. And listen, I have one thing about me is I have no horse in this race in terms of the players. I have no favorites. I don't sit here. I'm not player FC. I call out whoever is shit needs to go, and I trust whoever he decides is shit and needs to go. I'll back that. Because at the end of the day, we've sat here and had to suffer this team embarrassing us for 10, 12 years almost now. And I'm fed up of that. So whatever it takes to get us back to where we want to be.
Absolutely.
And actually have us starting to belong back in the top table of not only English football, but European football. I'm fully behind. I'm behind it all. So they can all go for all I care. I'm happy. Start from scratch and play the youth for the rest of the season. If that's what he thinks he can get the best out of, bro, I'm behind it. I don't care. So I just think it's going to be a very long road. And I think people already are starting to show the true colours and jumping in. And maybe it's lack of knowledge in football. Maybe it's just people just want to be mad or just want to be pissed off.
They want to be right about Ten Hag. That's what it is. They're still Ten Hag. They're still on the Ten Hag bandwagon, thinking that he deserved more time.
Yeah. Super Arch says, who else brings the ball forward besides Ahmad at wing back? And Ten Hag was never the problem. Rude back, please, says 7-inch. Whatever, cool. And Watson says
crazy username. Hey, yo.
Yeah, no. Dan Watson says he said pre-game that 11 is not the one he'll be going with. It's he was trained and was ready. Not worried one bit. He will know after today. No, that's what. Listen, that is spot on, bro. I'm with you. I'm fully with you in terms of that. Yeah, bro, it's just so frustrating these group of players. Yeah, and I think the forward line I've always been, kind of worried about anyway. But it's just a lack of imagination, bro. I don't think you can teach that as well, though. As well, at the same time, like this imagination and that know-how, like when to pass, when to do this, and like today, Højlund, yeah. Oh my god, man. So he's got the ball on the right-hand side, yeah. He's isolated the defender. He's come onto his left foot, and he's passed it. He's passed it.
Talk about the one just outside the area, and he shanked it.
Just outside the area.
And he could have shot.
Like,
I don't know why he didn't. But you're right. In regards to it, yeah, these players don't.
Can you teach that? Can you like?
No, you can't teach. You're right. You can't teach imagination and that.
Yeah.
Like, and that like magic. But what you can teach, what you can not teach but give instruction to is get attackers to do certain things. You can get an attacker to make the same run. Hey, when such and such picks up the ball, make this run. That's something you can teach on the training ground. So, all right, Bruno, when Bruno gets the ball in and around this area, 10, 15 yard radius or wherever, Rashford, you make this run in beside their right side centre back. That is something you can teach. And Bruno's going to try and play this pass. If he picks up the ball 25 times in a game in that area, you make the run 25 times. Like you have to. You may be offside 15 of them. 5 of them you might get. But 1 or 2 you might actually get into a position to create or score a goal. That is what you can teach. Because I say it all the time. Tottenham Hotspur are the highest goal scorers in the Premier League. Their attack is not good. They have a couple of great attackers.
Better than ours, man.
No, it is better than us. But okay, here the thing is, Saeed, do you think their attack is performing the way it does if you give it to Ten Hag?
To Ten Hag, nah, because Ten Hag's not an attacking coach anyway. He's
okay, so that's my point. Is you know what I'm saying? Systems matter. How many of that? Take Kulusevski out of it. How many of their attackers are you taking?
I'll take Solanke over our strikers.
No. That's not what I asked. There's people in your phone book you take over our strikers. That's the bar on the floor. No. I didn't say.
No, you asked the question though.
Who do you genuinely rate then that you'll take? You're not picking. Do you even think Solanke? Do you even think Solanke's top 3 in the Premier League?
Not top 3, but he's still he's up there.
You think he's top 5?
No.
Top 5? No.
You don't even think he's top 5, fam. That's how highly you rate him.
Come on, man. What we're saying here though is like you're then you've asked the question here. You've asked me first. Would you have
the point I'm making is that you don't rate Solanke. You weren't on this platform.
Son would walk in this team.
Heung-min Son would absolutely. Heung-min Son would. I'm not disputing that. The point I'm making is there's a reason. There's a reason this in the summer you weren't saying go get me Solanke when he was at Bournemouth.
No, but the thing is because I wanted better strikers. You know what I mean? But
that's the point I'm making. But he's working with a striker that's not the best. Is the point? That's the overall point I'm making. Is he's working better. They don't have the best attack. Overall point. Forget the question I asked. Spurs don't have the best attack in the league, yet they've scored the most goals. Why?
Yeah, no, they've got a good manager. It's got a good attacking manager.
My point. Brentford, I think, are still second. You telling me Brentford have the second best attack in the league?
Yeah. No, Johnson I wouldn't take. No, I agree with that one. But my thing is, like, I think ultimately, right, I still believe, though, that cool, these guys are going to have to be coached and that. But I still believe, there's fundamentals in this attack, that I just know aren't good enough, and we're gonna have to get a lot of them. Like we have to replace these guys. That's what I'm gonna say to you guys. Like the reality is, you can't polish a turd, and anyone expected Amorim to magically get these guys, there's an element of we can coach them to maybe get them a bit more 10% better, 15%, but the actual level, bro, like. It's scary, bro. Like today, Højlund, you get the ball and you go and take that shot. You take that shot, bro. Garnacho, you pass it. Rashford, hold-up play. Just a little bit of hold-up play. That's all I'm asking for you, mate. Little bit. And it wasn't even a thing where I'm getting the ball to Rashford. I'm giving him a ball that he can't control. It was a simple link-up play, you know?
Do you know why there's a little bit of me that thinks Rashford is finished, bro? Do you remember he had that foot race with the defender? It was like in the first half.
Yeah. I remember that one.
Bro, his pace is gone. 2 years ago, he blows past that defender and he wins that race and he's got a one-on-one.
Yeah.
I'm not like maybe I was looking at different things. After the goal, I don't remember him doing anything. I actually don't remember him having the ball, bro. And this is what I mean about him in that position. Like, he is a terrible number 9, and all week, all we've heard is it has to be there. This is where he's going to be. And I said, head over heart, it's going to be him. It was always going to be Rashford at 9. But I just think for me, he's probably one of the worst players we've got to play there. He's terrible.
He had 13 touches.
Brother, I'm surprised he was non-existent.
Right,
5 more than a 40 had, to be fair.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he was non-existent in the game.
And how many were successful?
Accurate passes, you know what I mean? One successful key pass in the game, 1 shot on target. Yeah, man. It was literally like you said, bro. Do you know what I mean? Look at that, guys. Look at that in the second half. Look at that, bro. If Garnacho had played that ball there, bro, are you mad?
Yeah, but what was he really going to do? Let's be honest.
Probably hit it straight at the goalkeeper.
No, come on. You would expect.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking. But again, you mentioned it there, Saeed, when you're talking about these players. We know these attackers have got to get moved on. We knew this before Amorim. We criticized these attackers in the last regime. We know they're not good enough overall. It's about getting them, because the board have messed up not bringing in the manager in the summer, so we can't get no one new. You have to work with what you've got.
Look at this. So Garnacho, 86 minutes played, assists obviously 0, shots on target 1, dribbles attempts he had 1, unsuccessful at it. Big chances missed 1. To be fair, that was already a big chance, man. That was a bit of an angle against him. 42 touches, 89% passing accuracy, key passes 0, crosses in 0, long balls in 3, got 1 right. Ground duels 10, got 3 of them good. 1 aerial duel, possession loss 8, and then dribble pass 2, and that was it really. Very, very tired game. Anyone else that you thought that was, let me look at Casemiro today. 70% accuracy, that was poor game. Poor game. Touches 28. He normally has more touches than that. 28 is very, very low for him, man. But again, he was just running around all day, just not really getting anything.
When you're alongside,
what were the duels? Go back. What were the duels?
4. He won 2 out of the 4 duels. He won on 1 of the aerial duels. That was it. Eriksen as well was poor as well. 80% pass accuracy. Wow, that's poor for his standards, man. 49 touches, 0 key passes, 2 crosses, none there. Long balls, none. Absolutely nothing. Aerial duels, possession lost 10 times. Dribble pass once, terrible as well.
I'll be honest with Eriksen, mate. Like I'll be so happy that if he leaves in the summer, mate, because
of course,
he really is just a shadow of. We have a lot of that with a lot of players. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like a lot of the fan base force Eriksen on you, like he's fucking fantastic.
No, but not in that position.
The story of it, they love the story of it. That's all it is with Eriksen.
Bro, he won't be good in the 10 in this system at all, bro. His legs are gone. He can't press for shit. He's past it. He's got
to be in the 10 role, though. It's got to be in the 10.
He wouldn't do anything in this 10 role, mate. He wouldn't do anything in the 10 role. I'm telling you, he wouldn't do nothing. He's far past it. We should have just cut our losses in the summer and let him go.
It's mad, but he's been our best player. He's been our best centre midfielder this summer.
Everyone's been fucking shit, Saeed.
But that just shows you the standard of where this squad is at. Is that he's been one of our better players, guys.
Whose fault is that?
Whose fault is that? The players are not stepping up.
No, but whose fault is it that the reason the squad?
It's not his fault.
I ain't saying his name. I ain't saying
what we're talking about. Eriksen for he should be nowhere near the starting lineup. That's the truth of the matter. He should be nowhere near the starting lineup.
Who's playing better than Eriksen?
You know what the problem is, Ash, is that's just the vast majority of them, to be honest.
Yeah, but in the midfield, you've got Manu, you've got Agate, you can put Bruno there. You at least you got something. You got Casemiro there. You just Eriksen can't be there. Eriksen was just a ghost today.
I hear you on that. Agate, today obviously he came back late. Mano's nowhere near to finish the article. I don't want to see Bruno there.
I'd see him now. He's got the legs for it. Do you know what I mean? He can move. He moves on the field. Do you know what I mean? He never stops running. And that's one thing that Eriksen wasn't doing today.
No, that's true. I'm not here campaigning for Eriksen.
Around.
I know what Eriksen is, what Eriksen gives you. We know that. But again, we're saying, comparing to me, not good enough versus not good enough. And this in there lies the problem.
Yeah.
Like none of these there's none of these Gatti Casemiro, I think, is the best combination, and we've seen that this season. For obvious reasons, he didn't play. Go on.
Can I just say I thought De Ligt had a good game today? I thought De Ligt was all right. De Ligt was solid. Do you know what I mean? He's always putting in decent performances in.
I think he got
just solid in the middle.
He got caught a couple of times, man.
He got caught out a couple of times. I'm worried about him in that central centre back. It's probably his best position. I just worry about him a little bit there sometimes.
He's better on the right, man.
That one with the lap just absolutely bullied him. I worry about that because he shouldn't be doing that. He shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah, he should have brought him down, man. He should have brought him down.
You know, first game in this new system under this new manager.
But when he played at Bayern, was he playing on the right side of centre back, or was he playing in the central?
I think he was
right. That's what I'm saying. He's better on the right. You get me? Rather than in the middle.
I actually think Martinez is our best central defender, mate. Of the three, of the three in the central, best. You want your best ball playing centre back there, and he's the best one we've got. So
yeah, Delap was good, man. But again, like I said to you, man, we'll face better than Delap in that aspect. No disrespect to him, man. But my thing is, big up to Amino. I think he said something about, I think Ahmad is the only player who has attacking intelligence. Rashford should be sold this summer. Zirkzee will struggle with the Amorim. Facts. Yeah, he did mention Zirkzee apparently. He said something about him. Let me just read the comments here so I don't misinterpret or missay what he said. Which, for me, you know what it is for me, I just look at them. I think he should have played it into Zirkzee. Look at him there. Right there, bro. When Garnacho had the chance, he missed the boat, man. Zirkzee was literally, could have dragged it back and he didn't. But again, it is what it is, man. You get me? But I know Ash wanted to say a lot of things about Zirkzee, but I'm going to read the comments here. Yeah, go on.
Go on, No, go on.
He's just saying, where's that comment, guys? Does anybody have the comment about he should have arrived in the box a bit more? He said something about Amorim said he needs to be getting in the box a little bit. Yeah, he goes,
help with the cross.
Joshua Zirkzee has to understand that he has to get in the box to take advantage of the crosses, which I was trying to say, that moment there, Garnacho, he should have cut it back into Zirkzee, who was in the box, arriving in the box. So it's a fine margins, man. It is what it is, isn't it? But what were you going to say?
You know what? I'll just hark on what Flawless says. I don't think any of these players are good enough, and I just don't think Zirkzee will be good enough in the long run. You already see him, and I mean, he can't even get past Weghorst in the Dutch national team. I watched him on the international break again. Every time I see him, he doesn't look like he's interested as a footballer. Do you know what I mean? I can't see any redeeming qualities about him. I don't feel like his movement's good. I feel like he's a little bit like Donny van der Beek in the sense that he's good with a first pass, a first touch pass. So he's like a wall basically. You give him the ball and he can pass it directly off to someone else, and that's about it. You saw when he went through and he took that shot on the edge of the 18-yard box, and just his technique and the old profile, the way he lines up to strike a ball. There's no reason why he's only got 14 goals in like 2-3 seasons. For me, a big mistake in signing him again with Højlund, and the quality's not there. We need to get in a proper striker. We need someone like a Gyökeres. We need someone we just need quality in the final third. And unfortunately for us, we're just stuck watching what we're watching for the next couple of weeks, couple of months. One thing I will say though is I do think these players are better than what we've seen the last couple of months. How much better? I'm not too sure. I don't feel like it's much better, but they are better than what we've seen. So I do expect a little bit of an upturn in form. It's just I'm just not feeling it. Where's he play? You can't play him as a number 9. You play him as a number 10. I don't think he's mobile.
Left 10.
Definitely one of them 10s. The only
was he playing as a left 10 though, double A? Was he playing as left 10 or was he playing as a wing back?
No, right 10. It was a right 10. It was a right 10.
I mean, a right 10. Sorry, a right 10 or a wing back because he was coming really deep and he was playing very wide on that right hand side.
I imagine that's not listening to instructions, and I think that's something that Amorim will be drilling into him, so to speak, in terms of what he needs to do when he's playing that position. I thought he was getting in a good positions up in that 10. I think on the wide. I think out wide he was actually getting some decent positions. He's just not up to speed with everything, and that is a massive worry. I agree with you. Sometimes you're watching him, and it does worry me. Like, what
is he an impact player though? That's the problem. He's not an impact player.
But one thing I was going to say then to Ash's point is I'd be so interested to see what it was that United identified in Zirkzee. I liked him at Bologna. I thought he was brilliant. Whether that is Serie A tax remains to be seen. We'll find out. We will find out shortly on that. But you know, United were scouting him last January, so I'm interested to see what it was.
It goes double A. It goes to show how bad our recruitment was because there was no plan for him. Because as much as like Zirkzee,
but the scouting's not flawless.
No, I'm saying the scouting. No. I'm saying the scouting with I'm saying the scouting with him.
Well, but that's
because when we know this when it comes especially to the Premier League as an attacking player. So whether you're a 9, whether you're a 10, whether you're a winger, physical attributes are absolutely essential. If you can't accelerate, if you don't have top sprint speed, if your agility or balance is an A1, when you look at all the best attackers in the league, you see those things I just mentioned, they have them all or like 3 out of 4 of the best. If you don't have those qualities in this league, you will struggle heavily. And technically he's sound. I don't have no issues with Zirkzee. Control the ball, calm, pass the ball, giving goals and all that type of stuff. But when it comes to the mobility, it's key. And he has decent balance, but it's not exceptional. He's good. He's decent on the half turn, but it's not like
as well.
Whoa.
He's very.
You can't finish.
He can't finish.
You watch him enough, and he cannot strike a ball.
You're not giving.
You know what it is though. I would rather. This is the maddest thing is. I would rather give someone the benefit of doubt in terms of being a finisher if their overall game is there. Yeah. When Zirkzee came on today, did anyone think that his link-up play and his little 1-2 touches were decent today? Did anyone think that today?
There was that one move they had that broke down with Rashford and Garnacho. Was it with Rashford and Garnacho? I think he was half involved in, but there wasn't really much to it. I said this last week, man. He was 35 million. Get 35 million's worth out of him.
No, but what I'm trying to say is that, what we're seeing right now with Zirkzee is a game that you're not just seeing the finishing. We're just not seeing finishing, guys. But overall, his other parts of the game,
shots has he had?
It's not bad.
What's that? He doesn't move. He doesn't move.
No, he's not a runner though. He's not a runner. We want him to run. He's not a runner.
He don't move at all in any kind of position. He don't line himself up.
Look at his touches, right? Look at the way he's just making things a bit easy. I don't mind all of that. Today, Bruno Fernandes did that, and that's why I'm not slandering Bruno Fernandes.
You know what's crazy? You know who he is, but just not as good. Who struggles also? João Felix. He's João Felix. That's why João Felix.
João Felix has got
João Felix way more.
No. That's why I said he's not as good, but João Felix struggles. This is why they couldn't sell him. João Felix has been flat. The same issues that we're talking about with Zirkzee are the same things we have with João Felix. I'm not saying Zirkzee is as good as João Felix. João Felix is clearly the better player. I'm not disputing that. I'm talking about the same struggles, lack of movement. That's João Felix in a nutshell.
Okay. Now, the thing is for me, João Felix got a bit of a burst of a pace, and he's got a bit, But my thing is he's got, he's a little bit better version. He's got better. But that's why he's raising the B
People talk about Garnacho being a runner.
Bro, bro. We had this the other week. You're writing him off. Can I just address them quick? Kelvin and Binyam. I don't know where you're getting that I've written off Zirkzee because I think I've defended.
No, you're not.
Confusing the bros.
But hold on, they shouldn't because my fucking name is right there, bro, and you're the one talking about him. So fucking use your eyes, right? Unless you're not looking at your screen.
By the way, I don't mind if you don't rate Zirkzee, but it's not a problem for me.
For sure. He's not good enough though. He's not good enough, and he's not good enough going forward. Going forward, he's not going to be a player that's going to change our fortune going forward, is it? It's just not going to be.
In terms of probability, right? Who do you have the most probability in this forward line? Like the highest probability?
Neither. I don't think Højlund's good enough right now. I don't think Rashford's never going to be a number 9. I don't think Zirkzee's ever going to be there. We're just not there. We could have got Tony in instead in the summer. At least he would have been someone who's actually got a little bit of quality and actually can put the ball in the back of the net. We've never seen that from Zirkzee in the Premier League. To come from the Serie A to the Premier League, how many strikers come over? We've seen big goal scorers come from the Serie A and struggle in this league. Do you know what I mean? Strikers who scored 20, 30 goals come over here and struggle in this league. But Zirkzee's not that guy. Zirkzee's played in one of the Serie A's worst ever eras when it comes to defences, like weak defences. And he's got himself 13 odd goals in 2 seasons, Okay, fantastic, but that's not good enough for the Premier League. His mobility and his finishing is just not in the Premier League. Same with Rasmus Højlund. Like, we're looking at his stats and what he did in the Serie A. It's just not good enough for the Premier League. That's all we're saying. Might be good enough for the Championship, might be good in Portugal, might be good wherever. It's just not. It's not good enough here. And the problem is, right now we've not got strikers. At this point, I'd even put the kid Obi Martin in there. Do you know what I mean? Because right now he can't be any worse than what we've got right now. He can't be.
The fact that we don't have a 9 that I'm like. There's not a 9 I look at and go, oh, give him a run and see. Because even Zirkzee, for his limitations, I think would be a better.
It's not number 9.
That's the point. No, that's the point I'm making. No, in regards to
he's not a number 10 either. He's not a good number 10 either. Zirkzee's not a 10.
He is. I'd rather have him with Garnacho any day of the week.
Bro. Let Amorim see what they're about before we start saying he's not this, he's not that. But you don't know what he is under Amorim.
We just guess. It's more guesswork though. I hear you, double. But I do hear what Ash is saying. I'm not completely writing him off. I just think he's a squad player at best. Which for the money, I'm cool. The thing is with the money, I'm cool with that. Get me my money back. Make him a useful asset. Do I think he's going to be a 10 who starts week in, week out? No. I don't think he's good. He's going to be. Can he improve? Yes, but it's about the manager getting the most out of him. We'll see. But I'm not writing him off. But again, the lack of mobility is a problem. The lack of physical attributes.
This is my issue. It's just as soon as a player doesn't hit the ground running, he's shit. He's crap. He can't do it. He's this. He's that. Bro, you can't. Yeah, man, it's frustrating.
I know what I want anyway. I know what I want, and it's this guy here, man.
100%.
Yeah, Cunha's do you know what I mean? He's a baller. He moves. Bro, do you know what I mean? He never stops.
Bro, if you gave it to me, I'd get rid of everything here and then get a new forward kind of, front 4. I'd get a new front 4, if I'm being honest with you. Or no, front 3. I'd get another front 3, but that's just me, innit? Dan Watson, big up to you. He says, I'll back Garnacho and Højlund every day. We have experience that should be helping them grow and rotate because senior players never turn up to the expectation. The expectation gets passed on to them. Yeah, but then, bro, the managers also talked about saying that, if you play for Man United, man, you're good enough, mate.
That's what it is. It's unfortunate for them that the players the senior players are not doing what they're supposed to. For Højlund and Garnacho and Zirkzee, the problem is that the likes of Rashford, we don't even have no other senior players. Basically, Rashford is not doing what he's supposed to do. The Mason Mount is not doing what he's supposed to do in terms of age and experience. But guess what? They're all not good enough. And that's what comes with becoming a squad player or being a player at Manchester United. Sometimes expectations going to get passed on to you. Say our attackers are flying and then one of them gets injured long term. It's now on you to perform now that player is injured for a couple of months. We can't hear that, such and such is out. The expectation is too much. It's like, yes, you can get better. Yes, you can develop. But you need to be at a certain level that these attackers in particular are just not. Now, can they improve? New manager, we'll see. And they're here for the season. I've said this. As much as I don't rate these attackers, Amorim, get it to work. Do something to get this to work because they're not this bad, like Ash said. And I agree with that. But do so just for the time being, make it work.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
No, listen to me. For me, I think we have a long way to go, guys. I'm ready for this challenge, guys, because it's going to be something that's going to require a lot of patience. It's going to be something that requires a lot of suffering. And the manager said it, man. It's going to be some more suffering, guys. But what he did say, though, did you not see the quote? Yeah, I thought it was an interesting quote. He goes, "I'd rather do this now and take the risks than do have a manager bounce and not play to my principles and be here at the same, same situation next year." Did you not think that was a good comment, by the way? I thought that was an amazing comment, by the way.
Yeah, loved it.
I think someone can pull it up, the comments, man. Someone pull it up, guys, if you're in the chat right now. But I thought that was
he was basically saying we've got two ways. We can either try what I want to try and suffer, but get to a place where we're going to go and win stuff, or we can go back to trying to win games, and we'll be back here next year, and we're just going to be suffering again. You know what I mean? We're going to be in the same position where nothing's changed, and we're not position ourselves into.
There we go. He goes here. If we try and win games and risk nothing, I can guarantee next year at the same stage we'll have the same problem. And if we try and just win games and risk nothing, I can guarantee that. Same thing.
Just calling out Ten Hag. He's just saying exactly what the last manager was doing. Yeah. Game by game, vibe by vibe. Let me just get through this game to see if we can win. And it's it's short-term pain for long-term game, and every single fan has to get on board with that. If you're wanting short-term fixes, and why is he not playing it right? Why are players shit? Why are they not playing well? Why are they not doing what I want them to do, bro? You're in the wrong game, mate. Because this is a full reset. This is what we're in. We're in a full reset, and it's going to take time. It's going to annoy you. It's going to piss you off. But he has to be trusted to get us to where we want to go, and that means throwing some of your players who you fucking love. But bro, if Ahmad is not the guy, Ahmad is not the guy, and it's simple as that. And some of you are gonna cry your eyes out over it. That's life. But we have lost some of the greatest ever players that ever played for our club, and we've still got where.
He'll be the guy. He'll be the guy.
I believe
you can mention someone else. You better let your guy out.
But I believe in that. Yeah,
I get the point Double A's making. Let's say.
I get it. Yeah.
Amorim in the end is like, I don't think he can do what I need to do to get us there. Then that's what it is, bro. I've seen us lose the greatest ever player for me we've ever had in Cantona, Rooney, Ronaldo, Beckham, Stam, one of the best defenders I've ever seen in Premier League. I've seen all these players leave Manchester United, and we've still come out on top. So for me, any player that doesn't live up to the standards set by the manager, the door is right there, mate. And I think from now until the end of the season is out. I said it last week. It's audition time. Every player is on their audition, and they've got 9 lives. Probably a lot of them are down to 8 lives now. And we're going to see. And he's calling it out already on national TV. He's calling it out already. So straight away, he's letting them know from day one, bro, this is where we're at. This is where we're going to be. You either jump on board now or you go. And I think the best thing, I think he's got the backing of the people above him, which other managers haven't, because they've been forced to keep players.
No, 100%.
Going back to Jose, he went and said, there's a couple of players still here now that I wanted rid of. So that tells you the problem we've had. If this manager, if Amorim goes to him in the summer, I don't know, you're going to look about March, aren't you? March, April. Listen, this is the list. These guys aren't it. You need to find a solution to get rid of them and bring these players in. That's what needs to happen. And invariably, there's going to be some players that stay that you don't like, and there's some that's going to go that you do like. But at the end, if it means Manchester United are challenging again, who gives a shit? And
no, of course. But my thing is, it's like, you know what, man? Like today, there's a lot of things that annoyed him in it. Like in terms of the media onto me. He don't want to do interviews. He's actually asking people to say, "Yo, listen, we need to train in it." Like he doesn't want to do interviews, man. And also, man, did you not think that was very disrespectful, man? Getting Ed Sheeran in, fucking. That's taking a piss.
Shake his head though. You see him shaking his head like,
yeah, man. Wait, what happened? What happened?
So he's doing an interview, right? You know what I mean? Professional, whatever, Sky Sports. And you get Ed Sheeran just rocking up saying, "All right, guys."
Just crashes the interview. Man. Yeah, crashes the
interview. We crashed the interview while Amorim was talking.
Yeah, bro. In the middle of an answer. Just let him walk in, speak to fucking hug Jamie Redknapp, and then leave. And it's like, bro, and this is the worst thing for me about when we want to attract the best in this country. Yeah. The gutter prep, the media is the pits, bro. Like they just, you saw Gary Cottrell living in fucking Portugal for 2 weeks.
Oh, that was
will you speak English, please? Fuck you, mate. You come and speak Portuguese, bro. Like because you saw it in. Was it not long after Saka? The guy was speaking to Saka and saying in English, Saka's language, like telling him, after the Euro penalty in this, bro, respect. The English press don't have respect for no one.
No respect.
The problem is, because he very saying it on TV as well. I'm going to speak to the United's media and say, listen, you need to limit the request. For a fact that's going to get their backs up. So now there's going to be an agenda against him. Or look, he's not media friendly. He's got an ego. You can see them stories.
No, 100%. I know that already. I know that.
The best thing for me though, he don't give a shit. He's going to call it out. And listen, because at the end of the day, it's what's best for Manchester United. And sitting there talking bullshit for half an hour isn't necessarily what's best for Manchester United.
100, bro. 100, man. Guys, we're nearly at 1,000 likes. We're 1.9K in the building. Right. 797 likes. Still not here 1,000 likes, guys, man. So, guys, you still have time to do it, guys. Hit the like button. Bottom right-hand corner. Suj with a super chat. Big up the panel. Hit the like button. Subscribe. We need 1K likes. Subscribe to the Tire panel. They're out here providing free content for everyone. Shout out to Suj, man. One of the best mods on the channel. I'm sure you've seen them on your channel as well. Flawless and them, man. So big up to you, man.
Yeah, big up, Suj.
Yeah, Suj, big up, man. Tariq says, big up, brothers. You have potential for a very good manager, but let's be honest, your players are shy. I'll only take Cobby and Ahmad to Liverpool and throw the rest of the bin. Big up everyone.
And that's pretty much it. This is why I don't get as irate and angry as others, because I know the level of these players. It's a question of, even if I think Amorim gets them playing to their best, it's still not good enough. I think even if our attackers are flying, we'd still be sat here going, all right, it's better. Okay, we're doing this, that, and the third. Yes, we're winning games. It's still not good enough. We'll still look at it and go, he needs to be improved upon. He needs to be improved upon. Whatever. What is the best version of Rashford? Does anyone here think the best version of Rashford is taking us to the top?
Nah, man.
Him at his absolute best.
He could never get there again, though. That's the problem.
But even if he did, we'd still be, because even when he did that at the time, we were critical of him double A.
But
even when he was performing at his best.
That player's gone now. That player's gone.
I'm not saying he's gone or not, but I'm just making that point in regards to
version of him had that pace. That pace is gone. We said that before. So he's never going to be the version. So he can never get it back. So we already know. And the problem that's always been with Rashford is the consistency. So he could be as fast and as explosive as he wants. We know we're not going to get it 2 seasons back to back. He's never done that. So the problems with him are more than just on the. I think it's always been a mental thing with Rashford, and that's the biggest thing. And you talk about some things you can't coach. You can't coach to be able to turn it on every single week. That's what the best players have always done. That's what the best players have always done. You can't teach that. So I agree. I'm not. For anything from today, I'm not mad at in terms of the players, how the players have played. I'm disappointed in the performances because I think for the first game of a new manager, I expected a higher level, not necessarily expecting that to be the norm. But I'm not saying a new manager bias because I think that is a bit of a myth anyway. But like for the managers to come out and back a few of these players and then to put out that performance worries me in that I don't think he's going to get the best out of him, if I'm being honest with you. I don't think there's going to be...
There was a lot of walking around, weren't there, today? There was a lot of walking around, and it was frustrating.
Walking around, man. He said a few things, but what did he say? He said a lot of things, like, his comments were saying a lot of people just... Yeah, he said some things like, second half, just players just giving the ball away and just not good enough.
I think more so in the first half it was a problem, but I think that stems from a multiple... They're not getting that new manager bounce stems from it. One, they're playing a whole new system. So everyone's playing a different role, even if it's slightly different. Playing back in a centre back and a back three is different to playing in a back four. Also got to take into consideration away from home playing Ipswich, who do play a good brand of football. And they give everyone a game. Everyone, they've better sides than us, they've given a game. And again, our lack of physicality and lack of mobility, because the second half, I actually thought we performed better. Yes, they created the better chances, but we had 70% possession. So we was keeping the ball well to an extent, even if it wasn't the most progressive, even if it wasn't the most fluid. It's better. And that's what the key is there. Improvement.
We don't do, bro. We don't control games, and we control it.
We did, and I thought we was genuinely going to win it. Genuinely, I'm as this goes, I genuinely thought we was going to nick it at the end.
Did you hear the comment where he said at the end of the game, where he said we were passing too much around the back, side to side to side, and the strikers weren't getting into the strikers weren't getting into the box, so we could put balls into the box to actually get us chances. He said that it was just the game intelligence that the players haven't got. Do you know what I mean? It was basically just alluding to the fact that they just have no idea what they're doing and not coached well. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of those where he's got to get them into a situation where in that last 5-10 minutes, they want a goal. They're desperate to get that ball into the box or to create something. That last 5-10 minutes, it was great us keeping possession, but what were we keeping possession for? Like, what were we doing for? It was just going side to side. The amount of times you mentioned it early, Saeed, when Rasmus got the ball and then he's coming back, he's bringing the ball all the way back. When he can turn, he can shoot, he can whip a ball into the back post. He can put it across the box. He can do anything with it, but instead he's always coming back. And I feel like what we're going to see with Amorim is actually a lot more attacking intent and not all this pass to the side, because that's what you saw with his sporting sides. His sporting sides were cutthroat. You know what I mean? And there were teams that did get in behind and they were passing in between lines. And that's something that we just didn't see today, unfortunately. And you could see he was frustrated with that.
He uses the word risk a lot. And I think you know, sadly, this team have been taught or coached to be safe, and never take that risk. You know, how many times do we see those players on the left-hand side, whether that is Delo or whoever it is, just cut back in and pass it back. No risk, and invariably no risk means no reward. And if you know, we've seen a lot of teams get this straight away from a new manager, especially in the Premier League. 2-3 months, and they're already seeing some sort. If in 2-3 months I'm still seeing these same things,
that's why they. Of course. You have a different perspective, innit?
Yeah.
Don F says I keep 100 manager and players at fault today. That's Don F. My thing is that my biggest concern is
we want the fans at fault, was it?
No. Yeah, well,
my players and manager.
My biggest worry is that we'll have a plan here, but then when we go into that football pitch, we have to rely on the players to execute the plan. That's my biggest worry. And it sounds so cliche and it sounds like it's so simple. But yeah, I feel like for me, we'll have like a plan in training and Amorim's like, yo, I'm excited. This is what I want. And then I feel like he's going to get let down by the lack of quality.
Out the window.
But you're right to be worried because we've seen these players fail short. However, United, for that game against Ipswich, from the start to the end, tried to execute the game plan.
Yeah.
There was never one point where I didn't know what we was trying to do on the ball and off the ball. It's just at times the lack of quality shown, like us not keeping the ball. I see the goal that we scored when it was Bruno linking up with Diallo. That was tried multiple times. Diallo side, it was tried on the side with Delo. It's just times where the ball into the midfielder might not be good, or the ball back out to the wing back might not be good, or it might be a good interception on either end. So I don't think you have to worry about that in regards to the game plan being attempted. It's just on the execution. But we know these players are not. But that's why he gets paid big money. He knew what he was walking into. It's not like he was blinded and didn't know, all right, what players am I working with? He's fully aware. He's got a TV. You know what I'm saying? He's got the internet.
He's clearly watched United a lot.
He's watched.
He was saying in his press conference of the day clearly shows that, you know, he's been doing his research.
Man said we lack physicality from the jump.
Yeah, day one, bro.
Man said we lack physicality. It's not all right. So that's a problem. But we will execute it again. That's why I'm not so mad about the game, because I've seen exactly what we was trying to do.
Yeah,
implement your style. He did. All right. So it didn't work. It's blow it all up and get rid of the manager and get rid of all the players.
And this is where shout out to Australia, because he mentions it a lot, and I will back him on this point. But he was saying it under Ten Hag, which I didn't agree with, because Ten Hag brought most of these players in. What we need to do, because we know he needs full backing. So for me, you jump from when he realizes the players are no longer good enough, right? And these are the ones that need to go. You can no longer get on him about them being played, because you have to start looking at above him, Wilcox, Barada, and Ashworth, because they need to back him fully in getting these players out, whether that is at a loss, whether that is whatever it has to be, because for us to move forward, we have to change what happened in the past. Now, I truly believe some players have been forced upon managers, which we all pretty much know has been the case at Manchester United for far too long. If we're to ever get away from that, and the best managers get backed in that, no matter who they are, no matter what contract they're on, no matter what the status is within the dressing room or at the club, as soon as he says they need to go, they need to go. And I
go, man.
From what I'm seeing earlier, I know of him, Amorim, I believe that he will find the right solutions for what is best for Manchester United, going beyond just this season. So in the summer, I expect a good few players to get turfed out of this team, regardless of who they are, because we're just never going to go anywhere, are we? Because clearly a lot of these players are just not good enough. But we know that, man. We know that, and it's not a surprise. We're not after watching us against Ipswich today. None of us are surprised at some of that output, are we? Let's be honest. None of us are surprised at all.
No.
Yeah, Sporting page here saying you're going to have to make a lot of changes to the team. It's strange to say this because of Man United's history, but 3 of your players would be starters here at Sporting, but few. Amorim has a right idea, just needs time. Trust him. but there will have to be changes. Like generally, man, you know, people might laugh at you, but Trincao and the other player there, I forgot his name, but in them 10s there, they have
Goncalves, isn't it?
Goncalves, like they have literally, like, yo, them man are good, decent little players, like little technicians in that 10. Like, and we, for whatever reason, don't have that in Garnacho and what we've got.
This is why we've struggled to score goals and create.
Yeah.
Long before. Did people really expect him to join and we was going to be amazing? Were people expecting a 4-5-0 win today?
Some people
like, legit.
I think a lot were.
Yeah, that people were really expecting him. So if
he was, bro.
All right, man.
No, you know what people wanted today. Shall I tell you what people wanted? They wanted a bounce in. They wanted a bounce in it, which is
rather not have that. I'd rather not have that because it's a false sense.
When you say what they wanted a new manager bounce in terms of what are we talking in terms of the?
I just feel like they wanted to be gassed. That that this is it.
To me, the performance wasn't bad. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
I don't know, man. The performance for the players were bad. Somewhat for large.
I don't think the performance was bad overall. I'm saying team. How many of the players were bad out there? Like, all right, Rashford,
bad / ineffective.
We know these men are bad and ineffective.
We were lucky not to lose that game.
No, we were lucky not to lose. Yeah,
we were very lucky.
Okay, cool. But if the flip side, if we create them chances and miss them, what we saying?
Which ones?
Is that good enough?
I know. I said
if it's flip it, and we create the chances today that Ipswich had, and our attackers missed. What we saying?
That's the problem.
We don't. But even the Palace game when we did, we were even in the Palace game when we created clear cut chances, we were complaining. Remember?
Yeah, that one I agree. That
was 1.5 though.
Under the previous manager.
All I'm gonna say is if Ipswich if today in that second half we had 30% possession, that would have been top. That would have been in the first super chat. If one of them halves we would have had possession. No, we did.
Do you remember us having a shot? Do you remember?
I hear you
to make a save.
I hear you.
Second half.
And that's where my criticism lies in terms of the attack, and that's why I said the biggest conundrum that Amorim has, in my eyes, is figuring out this attack. Everything else, I trust him. Not that I don't trust him, but I don't look at it. But the point I'm making is the over-analysis. If we would have had, even if Ipswich didn't do anything with 70% possession, we would have had in that second half a 30% possession. That's all people would be going on about. Would have been in all the super chats, dominated, battered. I've seen someone say, "Oh, United parked the bus." How you parked the bus with 70% possession? Did we do much with it? No, I agree with that. But the attempting was there. It's a start. We did the basics.
We don't control games. When's the last time?
To me, we controlled that to an extent. Yeah. To an extent, but it's still levels.
Not in the way we want. Not in the way we want with attacking control. But we controlled the ball. When was the last time United had 70% possession? I was going to say, I know I'm not going to mention his name, but under a previous manager, we lose that game. We go there and we get battered because we're so soft. The way he had us playing, we'd lose that game, bro. Because we lost so many games like that for 2 years. So it's a step in the right. Today, it's a step in the right direction.
Nah.
Because one we've kept
also a lot of learning today.
And he learned a lot. He learned a lot.
He learned a lot today.
Absolutely, a lot about these players. And you have to for now. United fans have to take the small wins. And if he was expecting some absolute domination and going there and beating them today, well, you deluded a little bit because I think it's the word process gets thrown around a lot, and I think it's lost a lot of its meaning. But this, like, even better, it's a full reset of this club because a lot of these players haven't played this system before. A lot of players haven't been asked to do the things they got asked to do today, and I think a lot of the players shown that they're not quite up to the job, maybe at all, but certainly not at this moment in time. And he talks about it a lot, the physicality and needing to do better in certain situations. He spoke about it so much, and to overanalyze this and to really start to question him. Like, I'm seeing scammer him already. And maybe, do you know what I mean?
That's you know what I mean? I don't mind that, man, because at the end of the day,
the thing is though, Saeed, as soon as United didn't get the win, the discourse is already changing because United fans have been so excited for finally being released from the prison that is Ten Hag, right? And the fact that we've gone and got one of the best up-and-coming young managers out of one of the best, at this moment in time, one of the best teams in Europe currently, in the form and the way they're playing, we've got a mid-season to come to us. United fans are obviously going to be excited. So as soon as it doesn't live up to that excitement and it's a bit of a crash back down to reality for a lot of fans, the discourse is going to change. So I just implore every single Manchester United fan to really remember what we've been living through for the last 18 months to 2 years under the previous manager. Because
they forgot. They forgot already. Double A. Like we weren't literally in health. Should we have lost the game? You could argue that, yes, but we competed.
But we also could have won the game.
Yes.
So it's a fine margins thing. Do you know what I'm saying? And then,
fine margins.
Fine margins. Let me ask you, Saeed, is their attack better than us?
Their attack, Hutchinson is someone that I would take over Garnacho, yes.
Okay, so their attack's better than ours and they created more. Okay, so Ipswich, so we're saying Ipswich Town currently have a better attack than Manchester United, and they created more in the game. I'm asking the question, not just to you, Saeed, but to everyone. We're talking about Ipswich creating more, and they should have won the game, but Ipswich have a better attack than us, man. Is saying.
Do you know why is that shocking? Do you know why they got a better attack? And this is what we need to get to, because they're comfortable in the way they're being coached, the way they're being asked to do their jobs. So currently at this moment in time,
I can't like regardless of that.
Yeah, they bought Jack Clark off. They bought Jack Clark. They bought Jack Clark off the bench. I actually rate him. Do we have
Jack Clark? I'm talking about the two.
No. The question I'm going to ask is, they bought Jack Clark off the bench. Do we have a better attacker on our bench today than Jack Clark?
I mean, who's on attack? Who's attack there? No?
Exactly. There we go.
Zirkzee.
No, but my thing is, though, I'm just talking about
Zirkzee and Højlund we brought off the bench, and Mason Mount. They were our attackers we brought off the bench to change the game. Højlund, Zirkzee, and Mason. That's why it don't make sense. It can only be one or the other. That's what I don't get. We can't sit here and say, and people say Ipswich should have won the game. Ipswich created the better chances. But then if you say the Ipswich have a better attack than us, yes. So common sense.
We played all right though. We played all right. We just like we can't go overboard. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what I mean?
That's where I'm saying the balance lies. It can't be. Manchester United didn't create as much as Ipswich. We should have lost the game. Where to Ipswich created more. They were better going forward. While the Ipswich have a better attack than us.
You know what? It's the fundamentals though. I think for me, we just don't have them in our forward guys.
Yeah, sorry. Say that again. Sorry.
Fundamentals in terms of, I can't see Højlund do what Delap did for that.
Because you know why? Højlund ain't better than Delap. Right now, we're taking Delap over Højlund.
Right now, I can't lie, man. Yo.
So what are we? So why are we surprised that Delap has outperformed Højlund? Is Delap better than Rashford currently?
Delap up front, yeah.
As a 9,
yeah.
Always.
Always. So why are we surprised? So why are we surprised that Delap outperformed him?
I'm not.
Not you, but this is to the people who are.
Yeah, exactly.
They're better attack than us, so therefore, then they should create more and look more dangerous in the game. Correct?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going crazy, man.
No. Absolutely right.
I don't get it, man. People will tell you how bad the side is. And all the players are terrible, but then act surprised. But then act surprised that the team get outperformed.
We could have bought 2 strikers for that money, guys. We could have bought 2 strikers.
72 million, 600 million he spent. 600 million he spent.
Hey, Ash, we should have kept him, man. We should have kept him. We should have given him more time.
It's lavish, man.
You know. I'm a little bit. You've heard Amorim come in and potentially say that, he's going to have to get more out of these players and that. I'm worried that Amorim's not going to get that same kind of 600 million that Ten Hag got. Do you know what I mean? And he deserves that. He deserves every chance to rebuild his team.
He won't need it. He won't need it.
Yeah, but he's going to need it, though, isn't it? He's going to need it.
He's going to need it.
No, a lot of these players need replacing it.
Yeah, but he's going to need backing. But what I think they're going to do is not go and spunk 72 million on a player, 80 million on a player.
No, everyone's that much money now, though. That's it. Everyone's we pay off.
No. But that's where they need to be smart. I agree with Double A in regards to recruitment. Like, we could easily sit here and look through the Premier League and go, all right, go sign him. All right, let's go get Eze, go get Kudus, go get Aït Nouri.
Let me ask you a question, guys.
Yeah, go on.
Sorry to cut you off, Flawless, bro.
That's no fun. Go on.
Gyökeres, yeah. To get him, you will spend 100 million. Are you yes or no?
No, you don't.
Sign him now. Sign him now.
Guys.
Why does he cost one of them?
80 million euros in the summer, though.
No, I'm saying there's a bidding war going on. And
make smarter choices.
Release clause, though, bro. So you don't have
you
to.
know the answer to that, Saeed. You know the answer to that. Do you know what I mean? We're signing him. We have to. You go pay the money. Get the man.
Yeah. No, I'm asking you. It gets to the point now where there's a bidding war going on here.
Don't do it.
Involved. Let's say, for example, Chelsea get involved because they probably wouldn't need a striker.
Leave them to it. Profiles over names.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what it has to be. Yeah. He mentioned it, Amorim, in his first interview. Well, not the first, the sit down with Gary Neville. Profiles over names. So it shouldn't be
He's the profile we need, though. Do you know what I mean? He's the
so
profile.
You know what?
He is the guy, so we need him. So we need to go get him.
I'm with Gyökeres, but Gyökeres is not the only guy that does what he does.
Yeah.
He's not the only guy with his attributes. He might be at the highest level. He might be the one. But hey, you know what? Go get the number 2. He's out there. Gyökeres ain't the only one who does what he does.
Doesn't mean he's the man. That's the thing.
So who's out there? So you got Gyökeres.
Yeah, exactly. Who's out there?
No, again, obvious, and we've had this debate all the time.
Okay, right now.
No, you're right, Saeed. No, Saeed, you're right. In regards to in regards to the obvious transfer market. Yes, of course, in regards to the obvious market, there isn't many obvious names. Guess what? We go unearth them.
Go find him. He's a 10 for me, Marmoush. Go find the strikers in World Football. Got Harry Kane, Erling Haaland, Victor Osimhen, Robin Lewandowski, Lautaro Martinez, Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, Isak.
You know what? FX says there, we've got the second one there with Højlund. That's what Højlund was he not? The second one. He was the profile.
And he went wrong. You have to go again.
Alvarez, Vlahovic.
Why not get someone who's guaranteed?
I don't think there is a guarantee.
Maybe Benjamin Sesko, but then again, I can't lie. Benjamin Sesko, I don't rate him at all.
I don't think anyone's a guarantee. And bear in mind, say, look at this list.
Jonathan David's free next summer, by the way.
Nah, Jonathan David. No.
How many strikers are playing in Europe right now? Just in general.
Huh?
How many strikers are playing in Europe right now?
But Retegay kid, he's done well this season.
Nah.
Ramateta had hair. Jeez, didn't know that. Soloff.
It's dry, man. It's dry. It's not out there.
It's dry. No, it's dry in terms of obvious. Yes, there's hundreds of strikers playing in Europe. Go find one.
The best in the world. The best in the world.
You know what? You got Gyökeres right now.
It's your job as a recruitment team and a scouting team and Amorim to go and find him. Go find him. There's a striker none of us are talking about right now that in 18 months, 12 months, we're all going to be chatting about. We weren't talking about
if they get Colin Wani, we're finished.
Gyökeres is a prime example. 18 months ago, we weren't talking about Gyökeres like this.
Wallahi. Does anyone believe in this Colin Wani links, by the way? Because if we get him here, we're finished. We're finished.
I don't rate Colin Wani.
If we get Colin Wani, we're finished.
Oh, bro, we're already finished.
No, we're more finished. If this club gets Colin Wani, I might check out, man, them. I might check out.
FC United again, yeah?
FC United, bro, you mad? Colin Wani, I swear down, bro. He will be playing right wing back, bro.
Nah, I can't see it, bro. I can't see it.
So, you know, Atike is actually not a bad shout, you know. Atike is doing bits. Go get both of them. Balmouche and Atike. You know what I mean?
You know what I saw today, which is really disappointing because I thought he was going to be the next big thing. Evan Ferguson getting linked with like Burnley and Leicester. Bro, do you remember he was getting linked to us? And
he was the second one.
Yeah.
He was. That's what I'm saying. And guess what? We made the not right decision. More often than not, you're going to get them wrong.
Come on, yeah, flawless. Listen, our club, historically, we've had top draw strikers. We've gone and got Dwight York. Do you know what I mean? Andy Cole. Do you know what I mean? We got ballers. We went and we even got on freeze like Ibrahimovic and Cavani. And we got Teddy Sheringham. Do you know what I mean? We got players. We got big players from other clubs. Robin van Persie. Alex Ferguson would, I mean, listen, I don't want to harp back to Alex Ferguson and all that, but Gyökeres is the man. Gyökeres is a signing that would have classically been a Manchester United signing.
Here, the thing is, you mentioned it there. Classically, it don't exist. Not that way no more. It's the times have changed. It's not 2004. It's not 1994. It's 2024. We can't be operating where it's like, especially with the potential limited money, like you said, he might not get 600 M's. We have to be smart with the recruitment. Go and get profiles. Do I rate Gyökeres from what I've seen? Yes. Do I think going to spend 100 and 110 million on him is a smart move? No. Gyökeres isn't the only striker out there that does what he does. Maybe again at the highest level, yes. Go get the second. Go get the third. There's other recruitment. Hundreds of strikers going to apply their trade. Go find them.
What we need to do, because we've not done it in a long time, and 4 of the names you mentioned, Ash, came from the Premier League. We need to start going and getting some good players from the fucking Premier League.
Too much money, though, innit? Too much money.
Bro, But this is the thing. Profiles again. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I think, bro, we need someone who's doing it in the Premier League. So you're looking at Cunha. I'd take him all day long,
bro. Cunha.
If Villa fall off a cliff, go and look at a Watkins. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll never be in for Isak, but Isak's a bro. We have to look in. You're not sure about Watkins, bro?
Nah, not for me, man.
He doesn't improve our forward line. Do you know what I'm saying? Straight away.
Yeah,
I hate saying, and I'm not saying that in terms of because he's better than what we've got. I think
that's what I feel like you're saying.
He will do a good job for us, bro.
Yeah.
But I think we need to start looking at good players in the Premier League again. I understand you saying, the money goes up when you buy from your own league. But I think we've taken too many chances on players from outside. You know, you mentioned Vlahovic before, Ash, but he'll have the same problem that Haaland and Zirkzee have in the Serie A. Do you know what I'm saying? So go and get me players in the
big up to Anya Keba says Delap is a rough diamond, strong, powerful, and intelligent. Big up to Jay says I would take Cunha from Wolves. And Suchan, would you consider a striker for 2 to 3 years so that Cheeto could develop and take over?
No, a striker for 2 to 3 years that can perform to a high level.
Like
strikers out there.
Who's the striker?
The strikers who perform. The strikers who performing now. Who was talking about?
You can't just say that, no flawless. Come on, give some names, man. You can't just. It's easy just to throw away comments, say there is strikers out there, but we're looking at
strikers out there because okay, you weren't talking about Gyökeres 18 months ago. 24 months ago.
Gyökeres was people were aware of Gyökeres.
There's no hype. There was no talking about Gyökeres being £100 million. That's the point I'm making.
That's why he left Coventry.
2 years. Yeah, but 2 years. Where was he at before Sporting? Where was Gyökeres playing before Sporting?
Coventry.
He was at Coventry. But he was putting up numbers.
He was in this country and nobody was mentioning him.
Exactly, bro.
He was at Coventry and nobody was mentioning him. So the reason why I can say the strikers out there because guess what? That's not my job. I'm not recruitment team. I am not a scout for Manchester United. If you're a scout for Manchester United, guess what? This is your job because you have the resources to go and find these players. Gyökeres was in the country. Some people know because people on my channel talk to the likes of Jez and Steve spoke about it. He was in the championship. No one were talking about Gyökeres being the next best thing. Now he's the be all and end all. Go get him because he's had a couple good years.
Dan Ashworth let him go, by the way. At Brighton when he was at Brighton.
Yeah.
So there is strikers out there. So go get me the Gyökeres then. Go get me the next one. That's why I can say that.
That's what we need to do. We don't do that. Let's go start doing that. Bring in the next. And maybe we've done that.
Has he done well this season, Soloff? I don't know. He's someone that came in. He hasn't done well, has he?
Come on, and he did he fail at Norwich? Nah, fuck that, bro.
Nah, I'm not a fan of this next though. Do you know what I mean? Because next,
same.
But
you can do both.
Doing this now for 2 months.
No, when I say next, that doesn't mean they're not at a quality level. You're still at a quality level now, but you can get better. So you might not be at the level of a Gyökeres, you're a level below, but you can develop and get better. Same way Diallo now at 23 is not Diallo, the finished article at
So Højlund can get better, he can develop and get better. We spent 70 million on him.
I don't think Højlund can. No, I don't think Højlund can.
Don't throw the price on him, bro, because that's not nothing to do with
I don't think Højlund can, no.
But that's what it's going to cost for these developing kids, do you know what I mean? These development projects.
If we were to sign Gyökeres from Coventry, it would cost 70 M's.
Well, look at Sesko. What's Sesko going to cost us?
That's Sesko because Sesko's on the radar. If we were to sign Gyökeres from Coventry, how much would he have cost?
If we'd have signed Haaland from Molde when
how much would he
would have cost?
Listen, we gave 25, 30 million. How much should we give for Dan James when he was in the championship? Do you know what I mean? We still have to pay big money.
How much is Dan James?
12 mil.
Dan James was 18 million.
Okay, how much? Hey, the players we all agree that 18 million or not a lot. That Diallo's our best player right now. We all say Diallo's our best player. How much was Diallo?
He was 20 million.
24.
So 30 odd, wasn't it?
So whatever. How much you check? How much was the? So there's players that go get me a Diallo level striker.
19 million.
19 million Diallo was.
Diallo 19 million.
Go get me a Diallo level striker.
Yeah. No, actually 18.2 million.
I'm cool with that. Because you at a certain level and then you have levels to grow. So there's players out.
By the way, he's out of contract this year, Amad Diallo.
You see what we do when we play FIFA. You see what we do when we play
FIFA. Of an extra year, but that's down to him, though, isn't it?
You see when we play FIFA. Why would you sign? And we have the search bar. Scouts can actually do that in real life.
Yeah.
The same way we do that. The same way we scout for players on FIFA and Football Manager. scouts can do that type of thing and do that in real life.
Yeah.
Go fly to any major European country.
Listen, Force, I'm burnt by Zirkzee and I'm burnt by Hoyland. I mean, I just want the next one. I just want a real deal, or at least the potential. I want to see a striker who can put the ball in the back of the net, not someone who potentially can put the ball in the back of the net. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Say that again, man. You don't want someone who potentially can put the ball back in it. I want someone who can put the ball back in it.
Yeah, simple. And that's why I'm not looking for potential. I'm looking for someone who's very, very good right now. But we
need players that are between 25 and 30, you know. Like you see them
these players?
Mamouche is 25.
I don't even know anything about him. I'm not going to lie.
I'd take a chance on Mamouche.
We need them players, but we don't need no flipping, you know what I mean, young and up and coming, man. We need some players here that are in their prime. That's why for me, I want Nkunku. I want players like that.
But just because you're young and up and coming don't mean you're not good enough.
Yeah, but right now in the world football right now, there's not many that are young and that are I can leave right now. You tell me.
There's not many players in the world of football that are of the quality that Manchester United require. We are looking for the top 1% of the top 1%. Yeah. We are looking for a needle in the world's biggest haystack. We are trying to get back to winning Premier Leagues and winning Champions Leagues. Those players are very, very tough to find. Even the manager, very, very tough to find. Look, whoever you think the best team is in Europe right now, look at their best players. There's not many players who are around those levels if we look at the world's absolute best. So, of course, it's very, very tough to do. Of course it is. But go and try and locate.
Flop, man. Relax, man. It's not a Chelsea flop, man. Nkunku's not a flop for Chelsea.
Oh, you're a fan of Nkunku, yeah?
I think he's a good player. I think he can play.
Injury prone, bro.
Where's the time he's been injured? Do you know?
Get up his injury list, bro. See how long he's out for.
He's not been out for a while, man.
Even at Leipzig, he was injured a lot.
He's injury prone, bro. He is injury prone.
Yo, listen, we've got players that are more injured, bro. Listen, relax.
Yeah, and I want rid of them as well. I don't want fucking to add more to it.
Okay, you know what the last time he was injured? Guess.
Go on.
In February, he was out for 14 games. And he's been fit since May.
For 14 games. Okay, so why is he not playing every week then?
Yeah, because obviously the manager's got favouring other players. That's what I'm saying. That's why I think we can go get him in January.
So he's not good enough, so we're taking...
He's not good enough because that attack is
reject. We're taking another team's reject then.
Bro, they got Neto on the bench. Is Neto not good enough?
Joey's out with him, bro, to be fair.
Come on, man. Neto is quality. They've just got good players.
Why is he not starting?
Because they've got good players.
No, he did start. Neto's starting for him now. It's the other kid that's not.
No. What I'm trying to say to you is that they had Felix, what's his name, Madueke and Jackson. They could also have Sancho, Madueke and Felix and Jackson up front. So, they've got options. What I'm trying to say is that he's just not in the plans right now of the first team for the manager.
So what I want to do is go and take their number one man. I don't want their cast-offs. We've done that too often, bro.
Oh my days!
Look at Mount cast-off. And we went and spunked up the wall for him. Go and get the top guy. Go and get the gunner. Go and get. I'm not saying that to him. What I'm saying is, if you're going to go to a club and get someone out of there, we want the top man. We don't want someone that's a bit part player because it's not good enough. Because if you're that good, bro, you'd be starting every single week.
Yeah, I don't mean that though. There's players that get substituted and dropped.
Because Jackson starts every week for him. What's up?
Yeah, but then Duran doesn't play every time for Villa. We say for Duran could probably start for other clubs, doesn't he? Could he not start for half of the Premier League?
The exception to that is though that they got Watkins there, who's one of
the. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But Duran does.
Watkins hasn't scored in 6 games.
He will eventually take over. He will eventually take over.
Watkins hasn't scored in 6 games. He scored the first goal.
You know what? Hey, Saeed, that's why Villa are struggling currently. I think Villa ain't winning 6 games.
Yeah.
I think it's 6 games. I think it's 3 losses, 3 draws, something like that.
That's what I'm saying, guys. We're rejecting Nkunku when we got
I am not rejecting Nkunku.
We're rejecting him. We got dubs.
And he's going to add another dud to them.
We're not beggars. Don't do that. We aren't beggars.
We are beggars right now.
We're not beggars. No, we're not beggars.
Bro, no. What I'm saying, what we have at home.
For the league. I think we're begging.
We're begging, man. Are you man are saying, nah, man, don't think about Nkunku. Broski, are you mad, guys?
Are you mad?
You literally have Garnacho.
You come here and
these man were saying, we don't need Nkunku. But we need them, man.
No, we don't.
This is crazy.
You're crazy.
So wait, you're taking Garnacho over Nkunku?
Yeah.
How about I take none of them, bro?
No. Are you taking a Garnacho over Nkunku?
Bro, I will go with Garnacho's over.
Oh my God, that's it, guys. This is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. Double A, you've been exposed there, mate. That is absolutely. Please take that back. Please take that back.
Bro, do you know what?
Please take that back. That's the problem. You're backing Garnacho for a reason, bro. Why are you backing Garnacho like that, bro?
Listen, I said it to wind you up, and I'm absolutely never going to take it back.
No, hold on a minute. You agree with that statement. Just say you back it.
That was serious.
No, don't do that.
Nah, I think on a wind-up thing. Double A's on a wind-up thing. He's on a wind-up.
You literally said right now you would take Garnacho back. That's crazy.
Garnacho is the best young player in the Premier League. Are you mad? I'm not taking that injury-prone, absolute cast-off of Chelsea. He's the best young player in the Premier League.
Double A seen the chat and said, "Fuck you all." You know, I respect you. I respect
Ronaldo 2.0. Ronaldo 2.0.
Hey, Double A, lead into the propaganda, man. Wind up the chat. I'm with that.
That is crazy, man.
This kid is going to the Real Madrid.
Going to the very, very top.
Real Madrid want him. Why would I not want him at my club? I'm Kunku, injury prone.
About who's our highest goal scorer, Double A?
Bro, he's our top goal scorer. There's a reason why he starts 30 games in a row.
He's got more goals than Dembele this season.
Nah, I'm saying, bro. And you expect to want Kunku? No, you can't. It's calm, bro. It's calm, bro.
Yo, I know someone's taking it serious in the chat. That's the funniest thing. I know someone in the chat is absolutely outrageous. Typing in capital letters, all caps.
Guys, man, I swear down, man. This is crazy, man. We're literally having and we're playing the likes of Garnacho, Højlund, even Zirkzee to an extent. You know what I mean? You've got Rashford up front. We've got a forward line that isn't good enough, right? But we could get a guy who's can score goals, who can link up play, who's like he's an intelligent football. Like, bro, are you mad? Anyway, man, it's what it is, isn't it? What can you do, man?
Saeed stressed, you know. Saeed, what's wrong?
It's like, bro, like we need to go out in the market. We need to go out in the market and go and get someone, man. I'm looking at January, guys. I'm taking that January window seriously. I'm scouting, guys. Now,
you're saying wait, Saeed, so you're saying a striker, a 10 or both in January? Would you want were you saying a striker, a 10 or both in January?
10s, prioritize 10s.
You don't think we need? I just think it's both.
Nah, I say we got to go and get a striker. And the thing is, there's a lot of rumors coming out. There's a lot of rumors coming out that they might go and do something in January, bro. So listen,
they still watch that game. I was like, we got to do something in January.
Before this though. All week we've had rumors about potentially going and get. I think Edison was one player mentioned that they might do in January. I think Branthwaite was another player they might do in January as well. I don't believe any of them two are going to happen.
Nah, no chance.
If they're serious about getting some goals into the team, which we absolutely need, then I'd go and get some. It'll break the bank, but bro,
in January that's the problem though. You're gonna spend.
Bro. Just go and get.
They spent 50 million on him. They would want in a January transfer window a lot more than 50 million. So,
bro,
just you gotta be careful.
Go and
even João Pedro,
Zirkzee alone and bring the price.
Even João Pedro, I think João Pedro's a very, very underrated player, and he's
what baller, bro. He's an
baller, yeah. João Pedro's a good one as well.
Yeah,
but I think for me, in a January, it's going to be different.
Are we looking for someone? Because you mentioned you don't want no one with potential. We're looking for someone who's reliable, correct?
Reliable, yeah, reliable.
Yo, so why I don't get this Cunha thing?
No, because you know what it is, bro. Shall I tell you what Cunha? Yeah, he might not be a goal scoring striker.
I just checked his numbers out.
But I know that's the saying. You look at his numbers, and you're like, what is this guy? But bro, the guy affects the game, bro. He drags defenders. Yeah. His movement, his ball carrying ability is unbelievable. Yeah, he just causes chaos. And I think for me, that unite what they're linking, that missing link in between midfield and attack, he's the guy for it, bro. Like, you are going to get more than goals with this guy. And I know it sounds crazy, but you're going to benefit more because he's going to create more for others. Look at the goal against today with Gomez. Look at the ball, played it into him, bang.
Yeah.
Like, I just think for me, he's someone that United should be looking at, man. In terms of just giving us a dynamic in there. I say, Mason Mount ain't that guy, bro. Benjamin, come on.
Do you know what as well? That his second goal where he just levers it. We don't have players that spark of creativity that can just go and do that when they get the ball. Just don't even think about it. Just go and fucking hit the ball top bins. you're right. You're saying the numbers aren't there, but he's such a fucking clever player, brilliant player.
Yeah.
Them spaces.
Now just asking because I think he's good. I'm not sold on him like you by now, but I think he's a good player.
But the thing that let him down for me was him moving to Atletico, because it's not the team to fit his style of play, and he suffered there. And you remember he didn't get in the Brazil squad, and it was that thing of his girl filming him like upset and all that, which was a piss take.
Oh,
but,
yeah. He was begging to come in the summer. He was begging to come in the summer.
But like this again, you know, these small teams go and get in, like Wolves. They've got Gomez, I'd take. They've got Andre, I'd take. That right back they've got from Brazil, I'd take. And obviously they've got better players.
What about guys? Yeah, what about the physicality in midfield? For me, Ederson is a big player. Because Man City apparently are after him, you know, and we can't allow him to go to Man City. Because Man City, what they're lacking right now in midfield is physicality and actual athleticism. We have to go and get that Ederson. It's either Ederson, Baleba, which I think is a good player as well. It's going to cost you money. But we need physical machines in there that are also good on the ball as well. If you go and get them.
Casemiro, Unk on the phone, mate. Hey, listen, Ederson, Manchester's not too bad, you know. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the weather, bro. The weather's fine, bro. Don't. Ben Brazil, class, bro. Don't worry about it. Yeah, come. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Ederson, like I said to you, 25 years of age, I believe, is he?
25. Yeah.
Yeah, big reason why Atalanta won the Europa League last year. I'd take him, of course, but it's whether or not we get him. That's the problem. And also, does he fit the profile of what Amorim wants? Can he play next to a guy? Do you know what I mean? Do those two play together, or does he take a guy? You know,
Ederson can advance more and be that 8 going forward that you probably want, as well as being strong defensively. I think he's got everything needed, and I think this is definitely his last season at Atalanta. We just have to be in the mix, mate, and absolutely try and go there and get him. I think he's a must buy for United. I think I'm going to rank players that need to be bought for United. I think he's definitely top 2 for me.
Yeah. I think there's a couple. Yeah, like I said, there's even a lot of players that are going to be contract expiring in the summer as well. That are good, decent value as well. Joshua Kimmich, Alphonso Davies. He's going to be available in the summer.
We gotta be. That's key.
What about a few Premier League
Angel
players?
Gomez
and Paqueta has kind of dropped off a little bit. You know why? Yeah, Paqueta. As a camp, you've got Guimaraes at Newcastle, which is tough to do, but
100 mil.
Yeah, that's the problem. You got Bowen. These players. I mean, they don't stay at these clubs for too long. They do want to be looking, to move up in their careers. They don't stay there for years. And you look at those players. They're almost at an age where they're on a cusp of making that next big move. For that big contract. Yeah. But again, it's going to cost us a lot of money, and that's the problem with shopping in the Premier League. It's going to cost us big money.
Reinders, that's the one as well. Reinders.
Yeah, Kudus as well.
He would be good.
From
you know what?
No, AC Milan.
Who am I thinking of? Reinders. Yeah, he played in the. I watched him play in the Champions League. Yeah, he played well when they battered. Who did they play? They battered somebody. I was watching Real Madrid. That was it.
Oh yeah, Madrid. Yeah.
He played Madrid. Yeah, he played very well in that game.
Are you lot saying Kudus, man? You can't have a player playing for your club wearing Skechers. I've told you before. Can't run.
Kudus would be a big signing.
Kudus would be a big signing. Yeah. But listen, people, man, we're gonna wrap it up. We're still not on 1,000 likes. We're 4 away, guys. On 1,000 likes, 4 away, man. Which is, what I'm saying. This is not good, man. Let's get these likes up, guys.
It's not good.
4 away. Yeah, 4 away. It's not good, man. By the end of the show, we should have been 1,000 likes time ago, man. So, guys, please hit the like button, man. We should be on more.
I think people were here thinking we was going to crash it on the manager, and we didn't give him what he wanted. I think that's what people were expecting because of the draw. Oh, he's terrible. Get him out.
Bro, Amorim in, players out. That's what it's always been. Just quickly there, and that's the reason why I want a Harry Kane as well, because he wears Skechers, so I'll allow it.
Skechers.
Yeah, this is it, man. Davies free, Reinders, Gomez free, David free. Not sure about David, but the rest of them, I'm not too. Mamouche, yeah. I've got a feeling Mamouche will go to Liverpool, man. I've just got this feeling, man. I can't lie.
Probably.
I'm going to Liverpool.
What player is he, Mamouche? What is he?
It's like a striker / winger as well. You can play both, man. Inside
bagging for Frankfurt.
His name keeps popping up. That's why I asked.
I need to watch their games, man. Did he play this week, by the way?
I've not seen any German football this week. But...
Let's see, Frankfurt XC. Did they win this weekend?
Frankfurt.
I checked Frankfurt, yeah. Mario Götze scored.
Is it?
Yeah, Mario Götze scored. And Mamouche played, but I don't know if he got an assist or anything like that. So, yeah, that is the situation there, man. Mario Götze is still playing, by the way. That's mad. But listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here. Big up to everyone who's locked in. Like I said, man, we move, we dissect, and we've had our therapy now, and we move in it. You get me? It is what it is. Ash, love for coming on, bro.
Nah, I appreciate it as always, and Double A and Flawless and the chat. I appreciate you getting involved, boys, and yeah, follow me, Ash Meppers, YouTube, and that, and X, and the rest of it. Always fun. I mean, I forgot the result now. Do you know what I mean? You just sat here chilling, chatting. You just waiting for Thursday now. That's the one. See how Old Trafford reacts. I'll be there on Thursday. Got to drive up from Gloucester, so that's going to be interesting. See if I can get there in time, but hopefully I should do. So yeah. But now, pleasure as always, boys.
Yeah, big up to you, man. Big up to Double A, man. Love for coming on, bro.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it as always, mate. It's always one of the best times of the week doing this, being on here. And I like the fact we're getting a bit more debate happening in this show last couple of weeks. You know, we're not all agreeing with each other, which used to be the case.
Yeah.
Having a bit more debate.
Sometimes we're too polite, you know. I like it when we shout over each other.
But the best thing is, though, it's always respectful, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, always.
And that's the thing.
I think, do you know why there was nothing? We didn't have no debates because there was nothing to debate. Manager was terrible. The players was terrible.
We all agreed it was just shit.
We was like, what have we got? Oh, we're woeful. You know what I'm saying? We've had our worst ever Premier League finish. Well, it's not too bad. Well, no, it's awful.
Of course. But as always, big up to Saeed for letting me come on his platform, smashing it. So make sure you're supporting the brother. Big up to my twin, Ash Meppers, and obviously my hype man, Flawless. Best chat on YouTube. Big up to each and every one of you. I'm glad I rattled a lot of you with the whole Garnacho thing. That was pretty fun, especially Saeed, because I thought he was going to end the stream, to be fair. But anyway, myself, FCAA, I think I'm on exactly 777 subscribers right now, so I definitely need to get to that 1,000 as quickly as possible. Make sure you check it out this week, because Wednesday I'm going to be in the Juventus end for their game against Milan in the Champions League, which I'm
forward to that, man.
Gassed about, bro. So I'm doing a video on that. Obviously, I'm going to be there on Thursday for Amorim's first game at Old Trafford, so the video for that will be out on Friday. So make sure you check it out. And yeah, man, just going to games, trying to tell stories, and just trying to get to 1,000 by the end of the year if I can. I know it's tight, so I should put it in the chat, really, shouldn't I? But yeah, if you can get me there as quick as possible, any of you guys that like anything to say, even if you hate me and just want to comment on every single video saying, Double A, you've got no ball knowledge, stop talking shit, I'm happy to do that. Do you know what I mean? Because it's I love the hate. If you love to hate me, it's still love at the end of the day. So I've got to be positive about it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, spot on, man, spot on. And like I said, we're going to be redirected to Flawless. Donald Sam's in the chat. Listen, man, don't worry. You just make sure you win that league, man. You get me? Make sure you win that league, you get me? Because if you don't, then, boy, all this talk and this energy can be a bit of a madness. But listen, big up to Sam each and every time. And obviously, Flawless, we got your show, Sarcasm City Q&A, is it?
Yeah. The Q&A is the one. And then I've got the United Liverpool podcast, Barbados edition with Beijing Reds TV.
Working.
As well. Hey, man, try to be like you, Saeed, man. That's what it is, man. Try to get to where you're at. That's what it is, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the redirect as well. But yeah, love for having me on the platform. As always, Saeed. Always look forward to the show. Shout out to Double A, Ash. Always good. You know what I'm saying? We're always learning, even when we're talking there about debating. Like, I like that type of thing because you just learn something new and just get different perspectives. That's what it is. And Double A, you have good ball knowledge. Don't worry about it, man.
I know.
They just hating, man. That's what it is because they hear every week.
I love to be the guy they hate. That's the thing.
Yeah, there you go, people. There you go, man. So, guys, make sure you head over to the Flawless channel, Sarcasm City TV. I'll be back in the morning, midday live. Like I said, we're going to be cooking LB. I'm just going to shamelessly get involved where I can, where I can't. You know, I'm going to try and be in the middle and try and just, do what I can and crash it on LB, even though I don't really have any leg to stand on, but it is what it is. But yeah, guys, like the video, go to Flawless's channel, Sarcasm City TV Raid, and we'll see you lot on the next show, guys. It has been a pleasure. Agree to disagree. It's all about opinions. We're out. Peace.